Hi, welcome to another Mad Chats and Recaps with myself and Tasha here.
Yeah.
Tasha has a spooky background going on today. It's really fun.
Happy.
I have spiders and a pumpkin behind me.
Hey,
And cute
it
little
counts.
cute little witchies, as witch tails and that sort of
Oh,
thing.
mine just
Um,
says this is boo sheet.
oh, I love it though.
That's so cute.
I love it. We're here with some recaps for the week of September the 19th through the 25th of 2022. And we'll start, as always, with The Forsaken. So, after splitting off after breakfast, some of the adventurers went to the market to sell a few items and found out about a few others. After having two wands identified, a dwarf took interest in the stone bracelet she had bought that Juniper had bought off of a turtle trader near the Northern Crown. Needing privacy to kind of discuss the topic, to discuss the matter, so they're not doing it right out there in the market, Juniper used the bottle on her horn to open a portal to a small, cozy, ship-themed room. The dwarf explained that the names on the bracelet were of missing revolutionaries who left the Underdark. Their followers now reside in the Erebus Empire, and they may be someone to contact in their fight against the library. Meanwhile, Tegan gets a strange message from Nadrano for Kazil, while Zavar and Asleep attempt to listen in on conversations throughout the marketplace. All of them noticing a strange cloaked figure wandering about the town. Later, after forming a plan, kind of, they depart for the auction, arriving just in time to find their seats and notice the cloaked figure sitting in the audience as well. Dun,
That's
dun,
spooky.
dun!
I keep
Um,
forgetting that asleep is.
oh yeah, Sleep is Jonathan's new character, the
Mhm.
Warforged. Um,
Which I love. That's a great name.
mhm.
Favorite
But yeah,
activity.
yeah. So apparently they're going to try to like buy the item that they want. They're looking for a time device there at the auction
Mhm.
house, so they're going to try and buy it. But who knows if they will be outbid or not? What will happen
Oh.
then? So, what happened on? We didn't have the Penumbra Assembly this past week, but what happened 2 weeks ago,
Hmm.
Tasha?
Well, guided by the words of a spit-addled bear.
Ooh.
Our adventurers head deeper into the southern part of the Emekir Woods in search of a hedged-off library. Upon its discovery and making their way through or under the maze of greenery, they make their way to the door of a beautifully green covered home. Inside, a turtle by the name of Talua. After finding out a bit about Tallulah's past and that she loves books, she asks for their help in obtaining some books from a house in the forest. She had tried to get there herself, but the animals of the forest were frightened of going into the deeper part of the woods, and she had no way to successfully cut through the thick wall of bramble that protects it. Maybe the text the group was looking for was there too.
Mm.
They agree to assist and make their way slowly through the bramble. On the other side, a magically glowing forest with vibrant colors and several small mushrooms. After a run in with some interesting large snails, the
Uh-oh.
party and Tallulah find the house and head inside, finding some spooky and interesting things with its slightly dilapidated walls. Upstairs, they find the library and the person who built the home, long dead, in a rocking chair by a window. The
Mm.
text the group had been searching for in Emekir wasn't there, but another book was. Mostly blank, the book allows the user to write down a book that they are seeking, and the book they are holding reveals its location. With Talua deciding to stay in the house and read its books for the time being, the party bid her farewell and step outside, just in time to see a very large phoenix fly deeper into the woods. What?
It's fine. It's okay. Just a large
Phoenixes are
phoenix.
spying.
It's all right.
It's fine. It's all good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Creepy.
So, nice little adventure there into a spooky house.
This one.
Well, not quite that big,
Oh,
but That's called a mansion.
But it's still spooky.
This was like a Victorian style home. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cute. I like
Yeah.
it.
So, on Saturdays in Extremis, with Cyric's guidance, our crew journeyed further into the depths of the ruins beneath the city. Walking the hollowed corridors of the Illithid Hive Mind Collective, Brillet did her best to memorize the stories engraved along the walls. Delving into the vaults of the Illithid city, they carefully circumvented the Elder Brain's room and made their way to the vault which housed the books. The crew began to search the room for the 3 books on their agenda. One after another, they were found, but Titiana found herself struggling with conflict. For the book she found, the Book of Enoch, was also the dangerous item which she needed to return to the Order of the Dawn. Which the Book of Enoch they didn't put here is what the group has been looking for a while now, and what Zia's been looking for. Zia and Sinister pleaded with Titania, but to not to leave and not to take the book with her, while Krakus stood between Titania and the others to give her time to make her choice. She also chose to leave, and after physical conflict ensued and more pleading from her friends, she decided to stay. The confrontation didn't come with its consequences, though, with Brillet's trust in Zia broken, and Krakus is just dissipating into divine energy. With his last breath, he manages to release lost memories in Bo, who in turn releases those memories to Zia.
Wow.
I believe Dan might wrote this in haste. so because there's a couple of things. So the whole thing. So we found out at the very end that Krakus, who had been with Titania this entire time, and hung out with her, was actually Titania was an ASMR, apparently. Which I'm not sure was revealed to us before. And Krakus was her, because ASMRs have kind of these spiritual guides, who are usually in your mind or in your dreams or guiding you spiritually. You can't see them, or they only reveal themselves occasionally. For some reason that we're yet to find out, Krakus was real to all of us. We could see him, we could talk to him. And Bo is Zia's spiritual guide, or
Right.
but we can't see Bo. Bo is sitting on Zia's shoulder all the time. We can't see him. And we also find out, which wasn't in here, that Titiana is Zia's sister.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the memories that was released.
Oh.
Zia or Bo and Zia remembered, Bo helped Zia remember that when she was younger, she remembered, of course, her sister Jolene, who was after the books as well. Jolene. But also, just remember Titiana who's the younger sister, and her being there as a baby. And yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Surprise.
So, yeah. And interesting that all the sisters are after the books for some reason. So we'll have to find out eventually why they're all, yeah.
That's interesting.
And there we go. Yeah, that's it. That's all that happened. It's fine. Yeah. And then Bo disappeared not Bo. Krakus disappeared because he did a spell, or there was something about when Titiana was trying to take this book back or trying to transport it somewhere. She had this bubble around her, and it was draining a Krakus's energy.
Oh, wow.
And the only time that she had done that was with other mages who were a lot stronger. But of course, a Krakus is not I don't think that he's a mage. And it just kind of drained everything out of him. So he was
interesting.
He pretty much just kind of went up in smoke. So yeah,
floated away.
Nothing happened. It's fine. It's fine. So, give us a nice little recap of what happened in the last Obsidian Scar, Tasha.
Oh yeah. Um, so our heroes, deep in the crypts of Kelemvor, under his great temple in the Cappadocian Pass, worked quickly to navigate through its winding passages to find the relic Lashana required for the trade they bargained with her. After a suspiciously easy escape with their bounty, they parted ways to prepare for their departure to Harassa. The next days were spent shopping, writing, searching for the mysteriously disappearing tieflings, having terrible nightmares filled with blood and the undead, more shopping, and the best chocolate cake. So, Jules, after months of accumulating the necessary components and studying the ancient infernal texts with Linnet, finally cast the first spell from the Tome of Great and Terrible Powers. Almost costing him his life, he emerged from the ritual exhausted, an ever growing halo of dark matter surrounding him, but with a mind so vast none in the Isles could dare rival him, boosting his ego.
Yeah.
Hoping to recover in the safety of the Sea Ward, the crew set out for a slow but safer course towards their home base in Harassa, only to be intercepted by an airship of the Aristilian Empire, seemingly in pursuit of Ileana.
Okay.
Dun dun
It's fine.
dun.
We're all okay. It'll be great. Be wonderful.
It's great. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. Yeah. So that's all of our recaps for this week. As far as announcements go, nothing really that I can think of. We do have a couple of campaigns starting up soon. One will be like in a couple of months. One will be more kind of like the beginning of the year in January of 2023. Super excited about that. We also have our merch store, which we got some cute cheapy stickers in there a couple weeks ago. So check that out. You can find a link to that on our website at mattbirdstreams.com. Birthdays. I missed last week. Ed's birthday was, I think, like on Friday or Saturday. I think it was Friday. I believe so. It was somewhere around there. It was towards the end of last week. Happy birthday, Ed. So
Happy
sorry we
birthday.
missed it. And I can't think of any ones that we have coming up. But if we don't get you, happy birthday, and we'll try to mention you next week. All right. Well, that's it for us. We'll see you in Discord. We'll see you in Twitch. And we'll see you next time. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, well, they're not muted
Oh
now.
no!
Oh, did it have that lag for you finally?
I mean, it just didn't unmute the mics. I had to unmute them myself. Welcome, we're live.
People
Hi.
don't need to.
Hi.
We're
Hey.
live.
Hi.
It's fine.
We try things.
Nice to see you. I
Yeah,
hope you
come on.
enjoyed the transition. We're working on
It was beautiful.
making it better.
It was just too much.
Yeah, it was too cool. It was too much at one time.
There is no Steph countdown, so I don't know.
I like the countdown better. I just, that's just
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see if maybe we can work it in. I'll try and time it. I'll try. Yeah, I'll try and time
Raiders.
it. Oh, hi, Raiders. Oh, 1Geek411. Thank you so
Geek
much for the
411.
raid. We appreciate
Yay.
y'all.
Perfect
You came
timing.
in just in
in
time. Just in time.
Love
Let me
it.
get a little music started here.
Oh, come on. I strongly dislike rolling 20 for inspo.
Oh, well. You did that last week too, didn't you? You did
Yeah.
it 1 week, or for
Recently,
either the Penumbra Assembly
enough.
or for the Forsaken. And guess who doesn't have
yeah.
any dice out yet? Uh-oh.
Michelle. Jonathan.
No, I came prepared. As the theme
Oh
of
my
tonight,
gosh.
I am an Eagle Scout, good sir.
Oh,
I
look at that
always-
beautiful die.
How
Oh, man. Look at Michelle's. It's so
Man.
shiny.
I got
Wow.
this with
No.
Dan and Steph and
That's
Mason.
Oh, that's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
That's the die that I have been using
those are the
consistently
die-
since
dice that I
September.
use.
Yeah.
nice. That's a nice case. I like
We'll
that.
Next
pick
time.
that together.
I'm a for critical rolls, so I have critical roll dice.
Wow.
Oh,
This is the
Such a critical
the Terry Warforged die.
Yeah.
It's blue and gold.
That is so cool.
Ooh.
Take notes.
All right. Well,
That's
we
so
are so
awesome.
glad to be here. Thank you, players, for showing up. You are the best. Thank you, viewers, for being here. All right. Let me go ahead and we'll do the inspiration. Everyone's put their inspiration in Zoom, I take it, in the Zoom chat.
Maybe.
I'm just going to let... Oh, Jesus. I'm just
You're gonna let
all
Jesus what?
I'm going to let Jesus roll.
Yeah.
Just take the
That
die
is-
in your hands.
That seems like cheating.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Renarius rolled a 17. Tegan rolled an 11. Asleep rolled a 4. Michelle rolled a 4. Oh. Zavar rolled a 1. And Kazeel rolled a 20. All right. I think that the closest is going to be Renarius because I rolled a... No. Wait.
Oh.
Psych.
Joe and Tegan, Renarius and Tegan get inspiration because you were both 3 off. I rolled a 14.
Okay.
Oh,
forget to use it.
nice. Double nice.
All right.
By your
let's-
inspiration combined.
We are D&D players. Okay. Let me get into the summary from last week's episode 117. Splitting off after breakfast, some of our adventurers went to the market to sell a few items and found out about a few others. After having 2 wands identified, a dwarf took interest in a stone bracelet that Juniper had bought off of the Turtle Traders near the Northern Crown. Needing privacy, Juniper used the bottle on her horn to open a portal to a small, cozy, ship-themed room. The dwarf explained that the names on the bracelet were of missing revolutionaries who left the Underdark. Their followers now reside in the Erebus Empire in Osbergen, and they may be someone to contact in their fight against the library. Meanwhile, Tegan gets a strange message from Nadrano for Kazeel, while Zavar and Asleep attempt to listen in on the conversations throughout the market. All of them noticing a strange cloaked figure wandering about the town. Later, after forming a plan, they depart for the auction, arriving just in time to find their seats and notice the cloaked figure sitting in the audience as well. All right. We can go to a battle screen. Yeah, it's not the best angle, but at least the viewers can get a nice little view of our people in their seats. Although it's not quite getting asleep in Zavar. Let me see if I can fix that really quick. No? All right.
Oh, look at those two best buds in the back.
A little bit better.
Mm.
My marker's like.
2 peas in a pod.
What are peas?
Nice, Jonathan.
All right. And go for mimosa? Yes, please. And the
Would you
so
like more mimosas?
for those just to remind those in chat, which I'm sure that y'all remember, I mean not in chat, but in players, if you right click on the video of the map, you can pin that if you want to make it larger.
Oh, hey.
Oh, look at that.
So y'all
I'll
can't
pin
see. There are two, and I think I explained this last week. There are like balconies right here that are on the second level that you can see up on, and that so people in the balconies can see down onto the main floor. There are 2 guards roaming up there. I didn't want to put them on here because I didn't want to confuse you and make you think that they were on this floor. But you do have a guard on each balcony, kind of just patrolling back and forth. And then the yellow, this is Dredea. And then you have the cloaked figure right here. You have the person kind of that seems to be leading the ceremonies and the Warforged up front on the stage. And you have a guard here on the front stage with them. 2 guards in the back. So there's a guard right behind Zavar and asleep. And then you also remember seeing a guard when you came in, and also outside, 2 of them outside by the doors. Just to give you an idea of the sitch. These are pillars leading up around here. So you can see into these kind of like alcoves that go under the balconies. And you can probably tell that those go all the way back kind of behind the stage.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
Any questions about the map that I haven't answered?
Are these seats like filled, or is it just like the 8 of us chilling at this auction?
No, I told you that about 50% of the auction is filled right now. So we're going to say, let me go ahead and just make some like blue marks of where people might be. Because I know you had a question. What was your question?
Just if the hallways past the pillars on either side, you said they wrap around behind the stage. That's just they're still just hallways that run the length of this room and then seem to, at the very ends of the hallways, seem to wrap around behind the stage.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Neat.
And you also know that you see a doorway behind the stage too. Like, that's in the back of the stage that seems to lead somewhere. And that's where you saw the Warforged and the other person come out. That seemed to be leading the auction.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions about the space? I'll pull up my notes.
From me, Pumpkin Boss. Thank you.
All right.
How high up is that balcony? I'm sorry.
How high up is what?
The balcony?
Oh, I'm so good at this. This is great. Probably about,
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Probably about 20 feet up. I mean, it's a pretty tall ceiling.
Okay. Cool.
How dare you ask about measurements? You don't have to apologize.
It's about 1/3 of a football field in the air.
I just know my strengths, and measurements is not one of them.
I mean, it's all arbitrary. You designed the place.
It really
I
is.
just have to figure out how
What
its
we need is
spells
just
work.
a real life D&D space, so that way a real life
It's-
map, so that way I can just measure it.
Nice.
That'd be great.
That
Let's
sounds
just turn
much
this
more
into
simple.
a LARPing group.
What? So that's called LARPing. Yeah.
We just like go sit at a random auction house.
Don't mind us
That would
throwing
be
little stacks.
great.
So yeah.
I feel like
Magic
that'd be
missile.
the best use of our time, honestly. Tegan, you had asked about so friend, I don't know. I don't have a amulet listed here
All right, that's probably
that I
must
told
bad
you.
note. That's
Um,
probably a bad note.
What I mentioned last week was a cubic gate.
Mm-hmm.
You have the a weird bag of holding looking like thing, which I think that someone or that you saw. You might have. I think someone figured out what that was or found out what that was. There's wings of flying, manual
Oh.
of quickness of action, a black dragon mask, and a deck of several things, and of course the time device. Now the bag of
We
not so
have
much holding, I
$3.
think that I had told y'all to see if you were interested, would have like a potion of giant strength in it, a filter of love, and a spell scroll. It's kind of like a mixed bag.
Goodie
Dun
bag.
dun 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 dun. All right. So I think last week I had Mordana, who I think actually presented her, said their name, step onto the stage and said that they were the owner of the auction house, and that's when the lights dimmed. Everyone would have hushed in the crowd. I'm not sure. We'll say just because I don't think that they would want just a completely silent atmosphere. They might have someone like playing the piano somewhere on the premises.
Anyways, here's one.
Yes. And so they'll probably have a little bit of light piano music playing as Mordana seems to be kind of getting things going. You also had the very large, beautiful chandeliers at the top that you had people in the balconies kind of taking care of and dimming down with these long metal contraptions that kind of extended out. Now y'all had said that you were, I can't remember exactly what I said at the end of last week's session, but y'all did let me know what you were interested in besides, of course, the time device. I will say that, let me see where the time device would land in this listing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, of course. So let me just do this. Okay. So, y'all are going to have the cubic gate, the bag of not so much holding with the extra items in it, the wings of flying, and the manual of quickness of action presented before the time device. These items, let me just explain what's going on here as these items are being brought out. They are being brought out from this back doorway out, probably by someone dressed as a guard, and presented to Mordana, who again is this humanoid with this kind of light blonde hair and these kind of glowing eyes, and her hair slightly glows as well. The guards are pretty much staying in position. So Mordana will present the item, start taking bids, and yeah, and then we'll just go to it seems pretty, anyone who thinks their character has been to an auction before, it seems pretty straightforward as far as how they're presenting the items and how everything is being done here. So I know that y'all were interested in the cubic gate, also the manual of quickness of action, which are both being presented before the time device.
Sure.
Was there anyone specific that was interested in the cubic gate and bidding on it?
Not I.
Well, in that case, Tegan will bid.
Okay. All right. Let me just roll for. So Mordana will present the cubic gate, which is this metal cubic gate. Let me just pull up information here about it again.
Imagine the bargains that must have gone into that, lad. Just sort of leaning over, like admiring the cube. Like,
I find any item of magic significance to be quite awe-inspiring.
right?
That's better. I thought there was a picture of it somewhere. So yeah, it's a 3-inch by 3-inch metal cube with 6 sides. Each side has a red, kind of a red almost gemstone to it that has a different symbol. It has little gold markings on it as well. Mordana will kind of hold it up and describe it. This beautiful cube here gives its possessor the ability to travel to different planes as presented on the cube. I believe that it is unknown to me what different planes that this cube will take you to. But to me, that seems like it'd be all in the fun. Am I right? So, how much for someone to go on this adventure? Perhaps do so with your friends, with a loved one. Maybe take an adventure by yourself. Learn a bit about the world around you and the worlds beyond. Who's my first bidder? We have the starting out at 1,000 gold. There is someone in the audience that will raise their hand. We got 1,200 gold. Anyone want to go any higher?
Asleep will bend down to Zavar. Should I bid? It sounds fun.
No. Do you have money that we did not talk about that you can spend on this?
We need
'Cause
money?
we are-
I thought we just say numbers.
1,400.
No.
Do I hear 1,600?
Yeah, also, make sure you do not raise your hand and do not speak very loud, or they will think that you are. You just wait. We are here to wait.
1,600
And
going
observe.
once. 1,600 going twice for this beautiful cube. And sold. And she'll hand it to the Warforged. And you'll see the person that won the bid will kind of step out of their seat and walk towards the back, where a guard will meet them and take them around that corner, kind of so back here and through here.
Just to clarify, like,
Yes.
I want to make sure I'm not doing Frank dirty here. I figured that if you were you bidding, or were you intending on me to bid for it because you were interested? Because I'm fine doing that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I was curious to see what it started at.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I was worried. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope I wasn't supposed to be bidding there. And Tegan's like, why didn't you bid?
Are you
Okay.
good, Tegan? So it was just
Yeah, I'm good.
probably out
Yeah.
of your okay. Just wanted to make sure.
I'll give you a penny.
Yeah, Tigger was getting ready to bid. Then it went to 1,200. He's like, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one will be for the bag of not so much holding, which is started at 100 gold. And we'll go. Yeah, probably sell at probably like 600 gold, probably. And by the time the bidding is done. The Wings of Flying, which y'all weren't interested either, would go for a bit. Go a little bit past 1,000 gold. You can see that a few people in the auction have probably already started leaving. Just items, a couple items that they've been interested in have already went. And the next item would be the Manual of Quickness of Action. Let's bring that up here.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. We have telepathy right now with the bond. Yeah.
Oh, you do.
Okay.
That's right.
Mm-mm. Can I just check and see with Tegan then, like in character, like
Yeah.
Tegan is 1400. I might be able to go up to 16 if I know you showed an interest in that earlier.
Yeah,
hang on till we get.
Yeah, that's about the limit I would go with. So.
Okay. They did 1450
for the cubic gate.
Mm-hmm. If that's okay.
Oh, that's fine.
We realize we have telepathy.
Nope, that's completely okay. So we'll backtrack a bit. So 1450. No, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
You're fine. I think someone did go up to 1600 because I did roll for it.
I think it was. Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought it was 14. That's fine.
No,
16.
It sold at 16. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do 1650.
1650. The gentleman there. Yes. Can I hear 1700 or 16? Yeah, would it go up to? Yeah. Can I hear? Can I get 1700? Going once. Going twice. Sold.
Yes. Well, Tegan will resist the urge to react, knowing that he is not the one who bought
it. Awesome.
You will see a guard who will kind of step forward towards the front of the stage and will motion towards the two of you. And he'll hold up a finger, just one.
Okay, I'll go up.
Okay. They will take you, Kazeel.
Am I supposed to be following you, Kazeel?
They just want one for now, but I should be right back.
Understood.
If the manual comes out next, they should wait for me. But if they don't, just put in a low bid to keep it going, please.
So,
and I'll cover it.
I didn't want to interrupt y'all, but
thanks.
So the guard will, if you walk up to the guard will actually take you back around here, around the corner. As you go around the corner, Kazeel, that door right back here will open up.
Yeah.
And a guard will hand the cubic gate to the guard that led you back there, and he will hand it over to you.
Thank you. Do I pay there and get a receipt and stuff?
Yes.
All the usual stuff. Okay. Yep. It's what, 1700? Was that what it landed?
It was
at?
1650.
1650.
1700 was the other. Yeah.
I just want to take it out of my money.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, I pay absolutely. Yep.
And they will ask if you want like a velvet bag to put it in.
Hey.
Okay,
please.
so he will grab a velvet bag, hand it to you. As you start walking back to your seat, because you'll see Mordana kind of catch your eye, which again is the person leading the as the guard kind of steps up there, and will give you
every
a nod.
time. Of course she does.
Nice. I'm gonna put that.
She
right
smells
into
of
my
cedar
bag
as you pass.
Nice.
What are you going to do with it, Kazeel?
Putting it in my bag of holding.
Okay. All right.
For safekeeping.
All right. So we get to the manual quickness of action.
So may I super quickly? I just want to tell everyone the layout of it and all the details, whatever I saw back there.
Okay. Why don't you make a perception check for me really quick, Kazeel, and just what you saw when the door opened, if anything.
Okay. 22.
Okay. I would say that as the guard opened the door to that back room, you would have seen a staircase leading down.
Okay.
And also when you walk back there, which you might not have seen from coming in and sitting down, there was also the staircase leading up to the second, to the balcony area as well, kind of like right there to the back side of the stage.
Okay.
Yeah, you would have saw some boxes and a staircase leading down, looked like down, in that
only
room.
2 guards visible there
Uh,
on that level.
The guard, right? The guard that handed the thing through the door, that opened the door, and the guard that took you back there, as well as a guard by that back door.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and put a little marker there since you know it's
Okay.
there's a guard back there.
Thank you. There are 3 guards, Everett, just so you know. Layout looked like this: stair up to the balcony. Then in that back room, there was a stairway downstairs. I'll just repeat it.
Okay. All right. So, the manual of quickness of action comes up. Mordana will, the Warforged would have stepped back into the room and brought out the book to her, and they would have presented it. We have here a lovely leather-bound book with these beautiful silver markings on it, and also this gold as well. Comes with a bookmark, and this is the manual of quickness of action. Who do we have? Well, it's not that important. This book contains coordination and balance exercises, and its words are charged with magic. If you spend some time reading the book and practicing, of course, you can gain some movement, some dexterity in your movement, I'll say. At least if there's any other, because I have other little things. Yeah, there's no extra things for this one. The bidding
Zavar,
will
can
start.
I bid on the bookmark?
No.
The bidding will
No,
start
please.
at 1,000 gold. May I hear 1,000?
1,000.
Give you a nod.
A quick thing, if I may.
Yes.
I just want to RP something I've written with Renarius. Telepathically, Loud, can you detect magic on that book? They run out of charges sometimes, and it takes like 100 years for it to get it back. Hate to bid on it if it's out of fuel.
I can detect magic, yes, but that won't tell me what it is.
As long as there's magic on it, I think it'll be active. If it's mundane, let me know. I'll only a bid on it.
I could give you some information if you want to do detect magic. Detect magic
Yeah.
in areas.
I'm going to do detect magic. I'm going to use a sorcery point to do it silently.
A sorcery point.
So a subtle spell.
Okay.
Ooh.
Who even are you?
That's so cool. He's the great one.
Let me just double check silence subtle spell does what I want it to do. Because it covers verbal and somatic, right? And detect magic is just verbal and somatic?
I think so,
Yeah,
yeah.
I believe so.
Never played a sorcerer. Subtle spell. Yes, cast it without any verbal or somatic component. So I don't do anything, but I can detect magic.
Okay, all right.
And that lasts for 10 minutes, so...
Beautiful. I tell you, just for an extra flair on how much information, since this isn't typical on like the information that you would get, could you roll me just an Arcana check with advantage for me, please?
Oh, okay. I got 27 twice.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, beautiful.
Nice.
A great one.
All right. So, Renarius, you would be able to tell that this manual quickness of action, you have to spend 48 hours over a period of 6 days or fewer studying the book's contents and practicing its guidelines, and your dexterity score increases by 2, as does your maximum for that score. It loses its magic, but regains it in a century. Be perfect for
And-
Kazeel. Kazeel could just keep using it over and over
Yeah.
again.
Yes! I've got an encyclopedia
I
of
mean,
these.
If he
So-
remembers.
From what I
Oh, it'd be so sad. I forget all my stats every time I die.
From what I can tell, she speaks true. If you study this
Excellent.
book, you'll become faster and more agile.
Good. Perfect. Thank you, lad. Appreciate it.
All right, so
Uh.
you did 1,000, right, Tegan?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. All right. It's so funny. Anytime I play D&D now, I'm always like, my nose will itch, but I'll hesitate on scratching it because with Breelith, I have the black paint on my nose. And so I always
Right.
stop and I'm just like, all right, I'm not Breelith tonight. So,
Or are you?
or am I always Breelith?
I
So, okay. So you did the 1,000. We have 1,000. Can I hear 1,200? Someone in the crowd will do the 1,200. All right. Can I hear 1,300?
I'll telepathically
Mm.
to Kazeel. Can you help me out, but not too much more? If you're going low, don't worry about it.
No, I can't because Zeal also wants the book. So he's
Oh, and that's
Uh,
if he tells me that, yeah, go for it.
well, let's get it and then we'll figure it out just in case. Because maybe it'll be more useful, in your hands.
1,200 going once. Oh, 1,300. May I hear 1,400? Someone will bid 1,400. Can I hear 1,500? Lovely, helpful book.
I'll just
1,400
if
going
if you
once.
if you want it, Kazeel, go for it.
Got 1,500. May I hear
Thank you,
1,600? 1,600. Do I hear 1,700?
Is this just the same person now bidding against me, or are they different
You've
people?
had. Let me see. I don't think I'll go ahead and say that you might have had one person do the first two, but you'll have a different person going for the third time.
Okay.
really want that bookmark.
You say that on like the
Oh.
telepathic thing.
Yeah, the telepathic.
Great.
Well, let's win you that bookmark. I'll reply.
She'll get. Mordana will give a nod.
Wow.
Do I hear 1,800? 1,700 going once. 1,700 going twice. And sold.
Knowing the drill, I'll just go up and collect pay in return. Was it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 1,700.
1,700 gold. Yes.
Okay, goodbye, money. Okay, but we're still.
The bookmark.
We've got money for a thing. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll put that on until to a sleep.
Can
I'll
I
watch that
can I
book.
make note of who bought that?
Sure.
I don't know if I need a perception check or anything to do
Oh,
that.
I mean, he was sitting right beside you. I mean.
Okay.
It was Kazeel.
Oh,
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
Oh,
it
I'm
was
sorry.
Kazeel.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I thought it was another
Okay.
person I went to.
No, it was Kazeel. I was like,
Never
sure,
mind.
you can make note. That's fine. All right.
I thought it was lost to the group and that we. No. Anyway.
Redarius is gonna bug him.
Nice.
Get
Get
book. I'm gonna be a dexterous wizard sorcerer.
So next,
I need every bit of AC I can get.
it.
as you start settling into your seat, Kazeel, you'll see a very familiar item to all of you being brought out to the stage. Time device. Which I still need to make an actual representation of before the end of this freaking campaign.
I have no idea what it looks like.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Poker faces, everyone.
I don't have anything that can even represent it. He'll hand the Warforged will hand the time device to Mordana. Mordana will come out and hold it above her head. This here is a device about as old as this demiplane. Perhaps even older. It is well worn, but full of magic. Rumored to control time and space. It is a wonder and a beautiful item to have in anyone's collection of historical complexity.
And I do see that it is giving off an aura that's similar to what a time device gave off before, right?
Correct. Yes.
Cool.
I'm just seeing if I have notes of where it will start out, but I do not.
10,000 gold.
Anyone who can tell, this has Arcana just dripping off of it.
Oh.
Can we start at 800 gold?
Sure.
800.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, elbow Juniper.
Yeah, 800.
800 gold. Do I hear 900? You'll have someone.
Zavar, do I raise my hand now?
Not yet.
Zavar and Asleep, since you're the
Let
one
him.
sitting towards the back, why don't
But against each
you
other.
make perception checks for me?
Hmm.
And if anyone else is that's sitting towards the front, if you are trying to look around, like behind you, you can make a perception check as well.
Okay.
This will be for
Behind, I'd probably look towards Juniper as she made her bid. I don't know if that
okay.
helps, but I'll make a perception check.
Okay, all right.
Mhm.
6. Never mind.
Okay.
I see
No.
Juniper.
I get in your way. Yeah, I turn to look like right now. Oh, I'm sorry, lad.
Asleep, what did you roll?
A natural 1 for a 7, so still higher than Renarius,
Okay.
but natural 1. Dribbles is very excited about the
Tegan.
bookmark.
Did you roll anything, Tegan?
I'll roll. Oh, sorry.
You're okay. You didn't have to. I'm just if you think Tegan would be trying to keep it because you are sitting.
Oh, certainly.
You're sitting towards
Yeah,
the
Tegan,
front,
yeah.
so you would have to look behind you, so you might be a little noticeable, but whatever you want to do. What did you
12.
roll? 12? Okay. You turn around and you still do see the cloaked figure behind you. I will say you probably notice one of the things you notice with the 12 is you notice that their hand has a fan in it and seems to be kind of nervously shaking, like kind of like their legs kind of nervously like shaking, like how people do when they're nervous, and you can see like that fan kind of shake with it. So I'm kind of doing some kind of like little tick.
Okay.
This
This is the cloaked one, right? Okay.
Juniper, did you roll?
No.
You did? Okay. Zavar,
No,
what was your
she's-
roll?
Sorry.
Oh.
7.
7? Okay.
They're so good
Kazeel?
at this.
29.
Okay, Kazeel. Thank you. All
What's
right.
7
She's
plus
past
7?
all of us.
14.
Kazeel, you're able to, kind of like glance behind you and get a good look of the people in the crowd and keep an eye on them if you want to while they're bidding, while the bidding is going on for the object. I'm just going to pull you up here and just kind of let you know if it's a random person or if it's someone that you recognize bidding on this object, okay? And I'll
Okay.
just send you notes in the Zoom chat about that, since you're the only
Yeah.
person that seems to notice that would notice it in this group of low rolls for this. So for this first one, for that first bid that brought it up to like for the 900. We have 900. Do I hear 1,000? Going once.
I'm waiting to see if it
Do we want to let Asleep bid on this one?
Sure.
Let the kid do it.
Yeah. Is it the right now? Is the highest bid the cloaked one right now?
No, it was some. You can't tell. You don't know. You rolled
Oh,
a
okay.
7.
It wasn't.
friend.
Yeah,
But it wasn't our
Junie
group.
did 800, right?
No,
So
it
someone
wasn't
else
your group.
raised it. I'm not bidding against Junie. So
No.
Okay, so
Okay.
someone else bid it after me.
Someone
I
else
just didn't get
bid the
Mhm.
900.
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
Well, at
as
Asleep?
soon
1,000.
as
Okay.
Zavar even like
Half think about it. Your hands up. Is that what you're gonna say?
yes, just
Yeah.
like lightning quick robot speed.
Yeah. Just the twinge of thought. Okay. Asleep. Boing.
Mhm.
So.
Whoa there.
Keep my
1,000.
composure.
We have 1,000.
Just
Do I hear 1,100?
Junie's
Some-
going to turn towards whoever, towards Asleep. 11.
Wait,
Got 1,100. Do I hear 1,200?
Okay. No. Don't do anything yet.
It's
Asleep.
okay. We're just playing.
A random person will. Well, I just told everyone. A person will bid the 1,200 in the crowd. Do I hear 1,300?
13.
Give you a nod. 1,400.
I'll share the info with everyone on the since we have telepathy. So feel free to share
Okay.
if it's random or not if you want. It
Um,
makes it easier.
Zeal, I will. We'll hear someone else do the 1,200. Oh, poor Jonathan. He's having a lot of tech
Oh,
issues
geez.
this evening.
I'll say in the
Okay.
network, that's our cloaked figure. Made that bid.
Tegan, I would say
One
that
night.
you'd probably notice that too, since I'll say that Tegan, you would notice that with your 12.
Mhm.
Do I hear 1,300?
Two bid 12.
1,300 going.
Oh,
The
The
cloaked,
cloaked
figure.
figure.
Cloaked figure bid 12.
Oh, okay.
Do I have 1,300?
Do you want to
1,400.
let?
Mm.
I would say that you said I can go ahead and say it, Kazil, since you'll be
Mhm.
just telling the
I'll
group.
just be sharing.
Cloaked figure will bid 1,400. 1,500.
Tegan will suddenly jump forward. Yeah.
Where is it?
Okay. 1,600. You have someone in the crowd, not the cloaked figure, bid 1,600. 1,700.
She'll
Cloaked,
turn to
fig-
Tegan.
cloaked figure will bid 1,700. 1,800.
Mm.
Someone in the crowd bids
much money
for
do we have?
1,800.
We can do this all
We've
night.
got. All right, I'll say we can go up to. What do we have? Hang on. 7,000.
Thought we had some extra from.
We had 10. Or
And
so
then
from her.
we just spent
But we spent some of it.
So,
I mean, I don't know anymore because it's mine and hers.
Mhm. Let me just do a couple of rolls here
So we probably have,
about
like,
what
8
the
left.
rest of the
Or
crowd's
85.
going to be doing. So I'm going to go ahead and just say that if y'all are going, you said 1,700. Or not 1,700, 17 or 7,000 is your limit.
We'll see. If
Okay.
if it's gonna be sold, let me know to someone else at that price. Let me know. It will. Okay.
I will let
What-
you know, since you're letting the crowd know, or letting not
Mhm.
the crowd, but your group know, your team members. The code figure will definitely bid up to that number. Everyone else will kind of start dying down. You'll even have a couple of people leaving in the crowd, just from uninterest. But
I'll
the cloaked figure will definitely go to 7,000.
I'll let it go to 10,000 and see, if they give up before that.
You'll go to what thousand?
10,000.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'll let it go to 15,000.
Yep.
Jesus, asshole.
And let me see if they,
okay.
yes, they will absolutely notice. Who do you think is doing, is there a certain person that's doing all of the bidding?
Are we keeping it Kazeel? Would that look
Mhm.
sketchy?
I'm fine, but I think it was maybe Junie asleep, Tegan and I.
Yeah, I would have bailed. Yeah, at some point. Yeah.
You're bailing?
Sleep would have
Okay.
just probably
You're
done it the one time. And I imagine,
Oh.
unless Zavar didn't stop him, then in which
Okay.
case
Yeah.
he probably kept.
That's probably good to keep attention on me. In between
You get to have
bids,
fun.
I'm going to be talking to everyone telepathically, since I imagine it took a little bit of time, and just
Oh,
been
for
like,
sure.
it can go maybe just a tiny wee bit more, and that's the last of everything. Money I probably shouldn't be spending, but do we try and push it a wee bit more, or do we try and get this from them another way?
They don't seem to be backing down.
I think they have more money than we do.
Hmm.
Um,
No, they bleed just easily.
so there.
We can see how
is-
much money they will spend.
Here's the here's the thing I can do. Man, all right. I think I can just about take it without anyone interfering and disappear, and it could just be me. So you could all be shocked, or I get killed in the process. Let's hope not. But I have something I could try, but I don't even want to do that. If you're all not on board, or if anyone has any other ideas.
All right, let's try this.
I think we're at that point where we're desperate.
Tegan will say, just stall.
Okay.
And I'll turn to just telepathically, Juniper, follow my lead.
You
And
got
I'll
it.
just make a fuss. I'll say, this is getting outrageous. I'm just going to go up and turn like I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw my paddle down.
And, give, as we go out, I'll just tell Juniper, give Drew Day a serious look, like, something's going down.
Okay. Do we have drinks? Are we drinking?
Okay, can I just
Wait.
pause and just so I can
Mhm.
understand what all is going on right now.
Mhm.
And also while I find something in my notes.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, let me see here. Where's this person at? Oh, didn't I say that? Oh, yeah. Okay. Y'all, so okay. First off, how high have y'all gone with the amount?
Went up to 15,000.
15,000. Okay. All right. Okay. So Tegan, and I was going to tell you, Kazeel, that, Mordana at some point during that bidding war would have notated, like, to the crowd, like, oh, it seems we have a little bidding war here. And we'll pretty much just start looking at each of you individually. The cloaked figure will, since you rolled such a high perception check before, you would definitely notice the cloaked figure looking at you very pointedly, like during the bidding process. And Tegan, since you rolled that 12 and I had you kind of focused on the cloaked figure as well, you would have noticed that they would glance at you and Juniper as well during this process. Not really doing anything, but just you would catch their eye. You can probably tell some like delicate features, a light skin tone through the cloak.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see any magic on this person?
You can tell that the person. Let me see. What do they have on their? What do they have here? Let me open up a
A
different
magical
window.
personality.
And well, of course. Let me just open up there. Okay, it's not in there. It's in here. You think? There they are. Okay, so of course you would notice some Arcana kind of ability on them, Rhaenyra. But also you would notice some magical items on their person as well.
Okay, I would relate that.
Okay. Ugh, of course.
This doesn't seem like a commoner.
Yeah. All right. So, Tegan, what were you on to the present? You and
Okay.
Juniper are both leaving. What? So explain to
Well-
me what you're doing.
We're gonna, in a huff, get
Okay.
up, turn to, walk down the center aisle on the way out.
You and Juniper both, or just you?
I'll walk a little faster than Juniper, so
Okay.
she can get a good, pace with Judea. But on the way out, I'm going to stop and ask one of the guards. Too much wine at dinner. Where is the bathroom?
Too bad it's not a half hour later than this, and I've been like, "That's our bathroom break. Here we go."
No. This time it's a real one.
They would direct you. Jesus. Let's see here. We probably have one on this floor, so I would say there'd probably, even though I don't have it marked, there would probably be something here, like in this foyer area, that you could go to.
All right,
We have our finest bucket right over here.
Yes.
finest board with a hole in
A
it.
couple of closed-off rooms with whatever toiletry accommodations there are during this time in this
Yes.
place. So
I will just turn to Juniper and say, just a moment, and I'm just going to scurry off to the bathroom and put up my hood on my cloak.
okay,
Go
So-
invisible.
okay. So
And
just
then,
to notate for you really quick, you would
Sure.
have saw the two guards as you were leaving in the back inside the room, the main room
Mhm.
area. You would have also passed a guard here in this area, which was probably, I would assume, would be the one that you would have asked about the bathrooms, and they would have just been like just right over here. So you go inside the bathroom and you turn invisible. Is that just
Mhm.
is that greater or just regular?
it's a cloak of invisibility, so
Cloak of
it doesn't
invisibility.
really stay.
Okay, no,
I
you're
think we
fine.
had that on Sunday, and it's just poof.
Yeah. Yeah. In this cloak, you can pull it so you can cause yourself. Yeah, so you could become
As long
invisible.
as
Anything you're carrying or wearing is invisible with you. Yeah. And you have a maximum duration of 2 hours.
Yeah, and it just recharges. I just have to not
Well,
use it for every minute that I
Right.
use it. Yeah.
Right. But if you use it for 2 whole hours, it ceases to function.
Right. I'll bear that in mind.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. All right. So you put the cloak invisibility on. And now if I'm understanding correctly. Okay. So what are you doing after you do that, Tegan?
I will telepathically let everybody know I went invisible, and as far as I can, best guess is I'm going to tail this guy, and then we can figure out what to do while I'm tailing him. Anybody else got better ideas? Sort of in a half panic.
Right. I'm worried that they might just teleport out or just got it and poof. If they have access to that much money, they might have access to that much magic. So I could put up a sealant hallway of my wall of force between the object and me, It'll push the person, the construct holding it back, and leave the device in the hallway. I can run up, grab it, and teleport myself out.
I'll ask everybody else. Do we want to go that far right now?
Should someone else? Everyone's already looking at Kazil.
All right.
Kazil, how many people in the back?
At least 3. One in the hall, one inside the room, and then the one that walked me around. I have my violin as well. That can use mass suggestion, but I can only get up to 12 people. But I think we just need guards and our friend here with the cloak. Maybe Junie could. Does your cloak have a chance of taking people that aren't willing? Could just sit next to him and try and just, without them knowing, poof, take him 500 feet out of the. Would that put you in too much danger by yourself? Or Zavar, do you have anything to give him a nudge that knocks him out for a minute? I don't you know.
I only have my own abilities to look different. I cannot teleport or become invisible, so this might be the best chance right now.
I can
Sleep.
try to banish to the robed figure.
Ooh. That might work too. So haven't had
I
that
have to
happen
touch
in
them.
option? Oh. Alright. Is there lad, you cast that spell earlier without even moving a hand. Are there any spells you can do that with that might, like a hold person? I use that sometimes. Do you have anything like that that might, without lifting a finger, just hold them in place so they can't speak and can't raise a hand to bid?
I don't think
Oh, you're muted. Sorry, Jeff.
I suppose I could.
Oh.
Perhaps I should have done that earlier.
No. Well, we're here now, and it's all right. This is the brainstorming of doing it on our own. Let's try that for the next round.
What was it? What were you gonna try?
Or
The
perhaps
lad-
I just
Sorry.
will them to give it to me after they've paid for it.
Ooh. Like that too. I'm just so worried they're gonna get it in their hands and disappear. Back to Astasia or something.
just while everyone's working on a plan and Junie would have followed Tegan, would have just tried to make eye contact with Tordea as she went by.
Okay.
And you look like a sensible woman. You should this auction is ridiculous. Don't waste your time here. You should go. And she'll just
You would
throw her
defi-
paddle.
You would definitely y'all are definitely getting looks from the other people in the house. You'll definitely have someone there, right behind Drea, be like, "Shh, decor."
Wow. Spend your money
Decor.
elsewhere. It's a waste of my time. And then she'll go loiter outside
Okay,
the bathroom.
let me go and see. Okay.
Also, I'll tell the group, let him win. I'll have him give it to us.
Okay, we'll give that a try. Let's go with the least violence first.
All right. Just if anyone can anyone counter spell? Shit, can I counter spell?
I can get a spell.
Okay. Have your counter spell ready in case they try and disappear on us. course, I don't have that in this character.
I can counter punch.
Oh, I'm ready too.
Just walk up. Boom.
All right. Well, all right, and I'll stop holding up my paddle.
Okay. All right. I would say the bidding has gone to around that conversation has probably moved up to like 20,000. And
Jeez.
no sign of stopping for the cloaked person.
So somebody else is bidding.
No, the cloaked person is bidding.
Just
Against
got
So
back and
against
forth
two,
with
he was
Kazeel.
saying there must be
Oh,
someone
okay.
else,
Okay.
'cause I
Yeah.
stopped.
Okay.
While they're doing that, hearing the whole telepathic conversation,
Hmm.
I'm going to move. While invisible.
Mhm. That's right.
Damn.
I would say that one. Okay.
Yeah, just as a well, you know what? Just a little bit away from the guards, maybe down the aisle a bit, while I'm still invisible.
So, you are moving down the
Back
aisle,
to-
like back into like towards your seat.
Yeah, you know what? Let's say behind the pillar, south of the cloak guy.
Okay. So like right here.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna sort of just gently reach for a wand that I have, in case it goes south with Renarius' stuff.
Okay. You
And I'll
start.
telepathically tell people if I have a wand of paralysis if Renarius' stuff goes south. I can
So-
at least paralyze him. Or
I
try to.
have a question as to whether or not this will actually work.
Okay.
Mass Suggestion has verbal and material components. If I cast it with Subtle Spell, that takes care of the verbal component. However, what is the verbal component? Is the verbal component the course of action that I suggest to them? Because that you suggest a course of activity limited to a sentence or two and magically influence up to 12 creatures of your choice that you can see within range and that can hear and understand you. So is that command the verbal command for the spell? Or is the verbal command for the spell something separate and then I have to say this word, sentence, command after?
I mean, my call, you can tell me if you think differently, Dan, is that it would be just what he said, like the command itself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a tricky one because the subtle thing should cover it, but you have to speak it. Maybe like a bonus action. I don't know how you rule bonus action spells, if they're like second level or lower, what you do, but if he has something that I don't know. That's be probably a second action to speak it or cast message or sending or something as a second action.
Yeah.
Maybe in conjunction or something like that with Arcana check. I don't know. That's a tricky one. That's total DM discretion, I think.
So you're saying that you would think that the verbal component is something different than speaking the command.
I think it is speaking the command, so you can go either way.
Yeah.
That's definitely got to be the verbal component is issuing the command, which the subtle spell should cover. So, from a technical standpoint, you could do it, I guess, but would have to. For me, I'd be like, well, how do you let them know what you want to do? So I'd probably try and be like, you've got to have a spell that can mentally message them if you want to do it quietly or something like that.
Yeah, I guess so,
Then I
because you
don't know.
can't say it loud enough for them to hear you.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry if that trips you up, Joe. That's just
No, it's just what
yeah.
No,
No,
that's
it just
fair
came to
enough, yeah.
mind, and it's something that's important.
yeah.
right. Yeah,
Well-
because they have to hear and understand you. So you would have to find some way to communicate that. If you wanted to do it like
Can he telepathically send it to me and I pass it along with sending? We get really like into the arcade.
How
think that would
Rube
work.
Goldberg can we get this?
I don't know.
Let's play the telephone game. All of us add a word.
Yeah, click, click, clack, clack, click, click. Do you
Uh,
have anything like that, Joe? Do you have message or sending or
I
anything?
don't have message, and I don't have sending.
Because this message is like a cantrip, right?
Yeah, and
Remember
it's not on
correctly.
my prepared canvas.
Yeah, so if you had message, like I would say I would give it to you and be like, you could just use bonus in an action, like, you know, since it's just a cantrip, but like you'd have to find some way for them to hear you.
Yep, not prepared. So
I maybe just walk by them and whisper it.
You can accidentally
On your way
bump
out?
into them.
Trip.
While you're thinking,
I'll do something. Let's go.
Go ahead and think about
Okay.
for a second, because during this time, Juniper, I'm sure that Dredea, because I did roll to see if she would notice, or she was going to be like a cloud girl and just kind of heads to the cloud.
my lumps.
So anyone in
What?
that's still in there. So Zavar
Love you,
and
princess.
Zavar in his sleep, you would see. Oh Jesus! Would see Dredea kind of like look, you know, after Juniper would have walked out, you would see Dredea just kind of be like, sorry, and just start kind of like very probably stealthy. She's okay. Getting back here, and would just kind of like almost stumble through the door, and almost like bump into the guard, Juniper. Oh, sorry. And we'll like come right up to you, Juniper, and like get like within like probably 5 inches from your face.
Oh boy.
So what-
Okay.
So what's happening? What are we doing? Oh, I see you're going to the bath. I see you're waiting for someone in the bathroom. Right.
Yeah.
I'll just wait here with you.
Okay.
Buddy system, right?
Right.
I'm trying to be.
Yeah. It might be a little while. It's too much wine.
Oh, I see. Okay. Just
Yeah.
kind of, you know, nice to see you here.
Mm-hmm. So we don't recognize each other, right?
What?
Because
We
seeming.
don't?
No.
Oh.
Because we're all seeming. We're all using seeming,
Oh,
right?
right. Are we still using seeming?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
still
I'm-
using seeming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right. I completely forgot
Yeah.
about that. So,
It's okay. It's very in character for Dredea to just think she knows someone anyways.
Yeah.
I mean,
Probably
it kind of
does.
is.
Yeah.
That's-
We did that job
Wait a
that
minute,
one time.
where do I know you? Oh,
Yeah. Vampire mice. You remember?
I mean,
No?
I've met vampire mice. They're not that bad.
No. In fact, they're some of my favorite mice. But you know, playing confidentiality and all that, which was just
Okay. Well, it was nice running into you. I guess
I wouldn't waste your money at this auction house.
I don't know. I'm kind of there's this really interesting deck of cards towards the end that I think I want to try to like. It looks really cool. I mean, I don't know what it does, but I thought I like games, and you know, I'm looking for a Christmas gift for someone, so I thought maybe this is a good one. You know.
I heard it was a fake.
I don't know. I mean, people seem to be bidding on things pretty, you know. pretty
Well,
good
that,
here.
Sorry, what did Kazil ask about the charges earlier? What item was that?
Oh, the book, the
That was
manual
the
of
book.
quickness.
Yeah.
Yeah, the manual, because
Uh-huh.
it was all telepathic, right? So
Yeah.
I would have heard that. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, the manual they sold earlier, I heard was out of charges. So
Oh.
I don't I wouldn't get your hopes up over the deck. You're really taking a long time in the bathroom.
How did you know? Are you with the person that bought the book? Because I mean, it was
I'm with-
only like I mean,
Yeah. We were gonna buy it cheaper because idiots will buy anything if they think it's magical, but the price got too high.
right? But how do you know it was out of charges again?
Magic. You can't tell. Okay, well, that's okay.
Okay. Well,
It's okay. Waste your money if you want, but
I mean,
we're
it's
gonna-
just cards, right? I mean, I don't.
okay. So if you want a bad Christmas gift, you don't want that on your record.
Sure. Where do I know you from again?
We've this is ridiculous. We've done work together. I told you the vampire mouse. You don't
Uh-huh.
remember? Okay, well.
Today's gonna do the equivalent of like clutching their purse, but she's gonna like clutch her like side pouch
The
and
pearls.
like kind of take a step away. Like, okay, well, it was nice re-talking to you. Have a good bathroom trip. Just gonna go back inside and maybe get some cards. Okay, bye. Go back to her seat.
I can also stop them from leaving. Well,
Ooh.
rather, stop them from walking away from me.
That's handy. Does that last a while, or is
By
that
killing
like
them?
a quick? Oh no!
I tie a rope. No,
Uh,
it doesn't have a time limit. This is my channel divinity. Technically, it's champion's challenge. I can compel a creature to do battle with me, and then they have to stay within 30 feet from me. They can't, but they can't leave.
That's funny.
Oh,
Right.
Juniper, could you roll a perception check for me, please? As well as Tegan.
okay.
I will
And
have to get closer.
also
If you
Zavar
see him
and
casting
Asleep.
a spell,
Could you roll a perception check for me?
10.
You know what? I guess everyone roll a perception check really quick. Just to see if
look
you
under your
notice-
chairs, everyone.
Just
It's,
to see if you notice this specific thing. I will say Kazeel with your 27 before, we'll go ahead and roll it over.
The 29
Yeah, 4.
is
Good.
difference.
Oh Jesus.
Just in
Christ.
case.
I'm
Just in
thinking
case.
too hard about what I'm going to say.
Oh, no.
and how you're gonna say it.
Tegan, what did you roll?
13 for perception.
Okay, Rhaenyra.
4.
Oh.
Okay. Asleep.
Just refer to ass sleep here.
Asleep.
24.
Okay.
Just ask and see.
Juniper, what did you roll?
10.
Okay. Zavar.
7.
Okay.
No.
And
Again.
I was going to ask myself what I rolled.
Yes, what did you roll?
That's
What was
definitely-
your roll, Juniper? A 4, you said?
10.
10. Okay.
10.
Kazeel, what did you roll?
I think you're saying bring the 29 over.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah, bring the 29. All right. So I would say, who all? So Rhaenyra, Zavar got a good one. So not Zavar. Kazeel got a good one. Asleep
Asleep.
rolled well.
Tegan got 16.
13.
13. Never mind. 13.
Thank you for the help.
Juniper. I'm just trying to just decide what everyone's going to be noticing here. Let's see here, would they be doing anything right this second?
Can I butt in with a last minute telepathic message?
Sure.
I need to approach this person, but I need to do so subtly. I'm going to go to the back of the room.
Okay, we'll cover that action in just a second.
Yeah. But I was
Kazeel.
just telling everyone what I'm thinking about doing.
Okay. Kazeel, you would see, and we'll go ahead and say that Tegan, you would see this first movement of the guard that's behind Mordana on the stage with
Mhm.
them will step up
Right.
and tell Mordana something. Who will kind of pause in what she's in the auctioning, and then we'll just kind of like continue with the same composure.
Mhm.
If I saw that, right?
Yeah.
I'm seeing that.
Can I?
Sure.
Okay. Kazeel, do you have something that is reading lips or no? Was it?
No. I mean, I had asked the other day if it'd be possible if they were like facing me and I could, and I had a high roll, like
You
if
got
it was a
you got a
DC where I could hit it.
29, right?
Mhm. But totally your discretion. There's no
Let
mechanical skill I
me-
have.
Okay. Let me just send you something.
Okay. Oh, he's whispering naughty things in her ear. Ooh. Just kidding. Something about tree smells.
Cedar.
That's what it was. Yep. Something about cedar. Mhm. I'd have an immediate reaction, but at your discretion since you're describing things.
Okay.
But I
Let
have
me-
that ready to go when you'll
Let
let
me
me.
just, Juniper, even though you rolled low, you're right here in the same, like, room, like, pretty much, like, 10 feet away from this guard. So you would notice them give a reaction and step over to the door as to look into the auction house. Like, into the main floor where the auction's taking place. Let's see, asleep, you would notice the guard behind you would actually step out and go back. And maybe about a couple minutes later, you would kind of see them to your right, like right there by the pillar.
Would I have my reaction in that couple of minutes, or?
Yeah, well, everyone was noticing this at the same time. But yeah,
Okay.
you would
No,
have.
just okay.
I think that covers.
Said a couple
everyone.
minutes. I just
I
didn't
think
want to
that
miss that.
Does
Okay.
does
Thank
asleep know? Like, is the guard like looking at asleep or looking at anything? in
Nope,
particular? Just
not
standing
looking at
next
you.
to asleep.
Just standing next to you, looking down the hallway. Kazeel, you can do what you want to do.
Okay. They can see you, Tegan. Make whatever you have to do, make it happen. They notified Mordana that that there's someone invisible to the right, the first floor by the middle pillar, so they must know exactly where you are. I can't see you. There's a stairway in the back to the upper balcony. In the back room, there's a stairway down. I don't even know if there's any other entrances or exits. Or if Junie can ban for you, or if we make a move now. We can wait and see what they do since I haven't moved in on you. Now, I'm sorry, just to check, has it been a couple of minutes? Like, they saw this, but then I think you said it's a couple minutes later that other guard will come around.
Yes.
So since I wouldn't have waited a couple minutes to tell Tegan, is this all stuff I didn't notice until a couple minutes later? Just so I can time it well with like what's going on with Tegan.
By the time that you would have been done saying what you just said would have been when Asleep would have noticed the guard kind of appear beside him, looking down
Okay.
the hallway.
Because Sleep will Tegan, if you happen to be on the right side of the room, there is a guard beside me that I think sees you.
Asleep. What did you roll Asleep with your? It was pretty high. It was like a 19
24.
or 24.
24.
I would say with that, because Sleep, you'd be able to notice that like it's more of like if you kind of glance over at them, it's more of a searching, like they're looking on that side of the room and down that hallway, but they don't seem like that they're trained on something, that they're just kind of like
Okay.
you can kind of see their eyes dart about a bit with that high perception check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sleep will say, there is a guard searching on the right side of the room. He is on alert.
Tegan will reply back, tell me if he moves. And I'm going to stay invisible, but move very stealthily down the hall towards the door. The door towards the back room.
Okay. All right. Let me just double check something here really quick. Let's see here. Do they have... I'm just seeing if these people have anything specific. And that actually works very well. Sure. Okay, so they cannot. They don't have that. Okay. All right, let me just double check this. Okay. All right. So Tegan, you are. I'm going to take our break here in a second, but you are going to move all the way down this hallway, Tegan?
Yep, to the door for the back room. There's no guard there, right?
And your movement speed is what, 30?
35.
35. Okay, so you can get there in one action. And I would say as that's happening, let me go around and just see if anyone, since Tegan did that, if anyone wants to do anything during those few, those few seconds. Rhaenyra, are you doing anything specific right now?
Is this dependent on the 4 I rolled for a perception check?
No, it is not. I just want to know, since Tegan is taking a couple of seconds to move up to that doorway, if there's any quick action that you want to do.
I just want to start moving, I think, towards the center aisle.
Okay. All right. So you're going to step out and past Kazeel?
Yes.
Okay.
And start moving towards the back door. I just don't know how, if you want this to be a quick action, I don't know if I get my full movement speed or whatever. That's what I want to be doing.
So you're moving towards the back door. So
yeah.
Okay. So you can get about halfway down the aisle.
I'm gonna just give you like a mental. I believe it, whatever you're doing. I believe in you. Bardic inspiration.
Okay.
For
so
10 minutes.
Bardic inspiration for 10 minutes, Rhaenyra. Since you're right there, Kazeel, are you doing anything specific?
I'm waiting to see how this goes.
Okay. All right. Asleep.
Just real quick, I would have telepathically told everyone I was heading for the back door.
Okay.
Okay.
The back room door, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Asleep. Is there anything that you want to do?
Not unless if the guard starts to move away, Asleep will say something.
I would say that you would be able to tell that he's going to be about to move further down that hall. Yes.
Oi, Mr. God!
Wait.
What database is he pulling this from?
This is great.
So-
Immediately, Zavar does a double take.
Performance
So-
check.
The guard will take a step and will just move around you because you have some people sitting about 2 rows ahead of you. Oh, they will definitely like look back and be and like give you this look of like, shh. And
Shush.
the guard will stop and kind of like, what?
How much money do these things going to make?
A lot. And we're busy. And he will take
How
another
much
step.
is a lot?
Make a persuasion check. Asleep.
Uh, 12.
Okay. He will kind of like over his shoulder. A lot. Okay. And we'll just can start walking forward. So we'll say that he'll get about right here. Whoops.
Ooh, I figured out what I might want to do if it's permissible. Let me know when. No rush.
Okay. Anything else? Oh, that was pretty much your action. Sleep. Zavar, anything other than watching Asleep try to do this?
That kind of took me by surprise. I was not prepared for that change of voice.
Oi.
I mean, I can change my voice sometimes, but that was unexpected. No, mostly I'm watching Asleep, watching the guard, and then waiting for basically instructions.
Okay.
I'm not gonna like jump on anything yet unless somebody says so,
Okay.
or it looks like there's danger.
Okay. Juniper, really quick. Not that you have to be really quick, but just before we get to Gazil's thing. So you saw the guard kind of step over to the door and just kind of look out into the auction house. Is there anything else you want to do here while you're out in this foyer area?
No, she's just continuing to swear and look irritated.
Okay.
I will ask just telepathically if I need to get closer to Tegan in case we need to bounce, or if she's going to handle it.
I will allow someone to answer her if they want to.
Oh, you see what Tegan says.
And I'll reply to everybody with the question. Just be ready. I'm going for the smash and grab before he gets it.
Tegan,
I'm
you
just
would
gonna.
see a guard back here too as you get back there.
I'll reply to Tegan. I have a peaceful backup just in case it doesn't work. I'll keep you updated.
Okay.
Like, do your thing. I'm gonna try something else as well that shouldn't interfere.
And was that what you wanted to do, Kazil? Was that your thing?
No. I've got
Okay.
a different thing, but
Okay.
Is
Go
it okay to?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Mordana is the auctioneer, right?
Yes,
I think
correct.
that's Mordana. Okay, since she doesn't know my voice or anything, I'm gonna cast sending to her and say, I woke up and stealthily pass you 500 platinum pieces. If you keep the cloaked figure in the back room for an extra minute or two for me to do what I need to do after you collect their money.
I would say that as you're doing this, because it's been a couple minutes already, the cloak figure have already been like on their way up towards the,
Okay.
the process would have already started.
Mhm.
So let's say the cloak figure is probably like just walking like close to right past you. towards the stage, or or towards that
Oh, well,
side to get their item.
I'll wait a little bit then. It's because I think Renarius might have been prepared to do something. I don't want to mess up his vibe because I think he had to pass by. Maybe.
Were
I think
he
Renarius
was
leaving to
walking
walk
towards
by
the back.
cloak.
He told me he was walking
I-
towards the back.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait
Mhm.
back there to basically anticipate this guy coming and exiting through the front doors.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put a mental message what I'm doing to everyone as a backup to what Deeg and everyone else is up to. And then I'm waiting a response from Ordana. It's 500 platinum for her. I would specify.
Note that the auction had went up to 20,000, so they're getting
yeah, I
paid
said after-
20,000.
Yeah, I said after you collect the money from him, just keep him in the room. That way, the auction gets their money. She gets $5,000 on, 500 platinum on top of that, and all she has to do is leave him in the room by himself for a couple minutes. Just stall him a little bit.
You will get. There'll be a couple of seconds as you see the cloaked figure kind of walk past you around to that side near a guard.
Mhm.
Which actually, I'm going to say that a guard will probably different than what you, because for everything else, the guard on the stage came off the stage and put them back there. I'm going to say that probably you'll see a guard come around to meet her. And as the cloaked figure is passing in front of you, and you get the response back, and you see Mordana kind of glance over at you, Casil.
She won't know it's me. Just to put that out there. It's just setting. She doesn't know where it comes from, and she doesn't know my voice. I'm just.
Mm-hmm. She will glance over in that direction, maybe not exactly at you.
Okay.
And we'll say mentally, I run a fair business, so no. And that's where we'll take our bio break, since everyone's taking a turn.
Okay.
I will say that, let's see here. Let me just make sure that the other players, let's see here. I know y'all went. That one went up there. We have a guard moving out this way to meet the cloaked figure. Would anything else be happening? I would say Juniper. You probably would have seen a guard come in from outside and start around this corner.
If I had time to let anyone know, I would let them know more guards.
And I'm also going to say that probably, Casil, with your high perception earlier, you probably would have noticed one of these balcony guards starting to run across it over the balcony towards the staircase leading down to the first floor. Because you can see the balcony there, because it's open. So you would see them just kind of start quickly walking or almost jogging towards that staircase. All right, I think that's probably how everyone's going to move. I would also say that, Casil, you would notice the guard on stage is pretty alert, as is the Warforged.
Okay.
I'll
relay that to everyone. Oh, they're on high alert.
And you'd probably see the guard. He'd probably actually move because, yeah. So I'm going to say that you'll see him start moving off the stage over here, Casil.
Oh.
So you still have the Warforged on the stage with Mordana, who again looks on high alert. As does Mordana at this point, probably. You can definitely tell that she, with your 29, looks a little bit more panicked than she was before. You know,
Okay.
not panicked, but just alarmed, I guess. And yeah, you would see the guard that whispered to Mordana. He's the one that moved off the stage and towards that right side of the room.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll pass that along too.
Okay. All right. That's what we'll take a bio break.
Okay.
All right, players,
Yay!
viewers, we take a 10-minute bio break. I'm going to grab some sugary cereal to keep me going. So we'll catch you in 10 minutes. I'm going to do an awesome little transition here into
10
our
minutes.
bio break thing. Listen, we have a countdown, sir. We have a countdown. Once
I know,
find
and it's wonderful.
Streamlabs here. All right, let's see if this works. Oh no, because I'm in battle. That's why. I'm not in my battle thing. There we go.
no.
All
You
right,
can do it.
fear back
faith in me.
started. Woo! Perfect.
See you soon.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna grab some cereal real quick.
Max tension.
gonna get forsook.
Amazing. 2.5 years into this campaign, we don't know who the Forsaken are.
Yes, we do. It's all the side quests we haven't finished.
Yep.
All
Those
right,
poor mages
we
and
are
Bairn.
heading back into the fray. And we are live. I just realized my little camera hasn't been here this entire time. I have not had my
no.
camera on screen. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh
Wait,
no,
what?
I always look at the Zoom screen, so
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same as me. Yeah, I always look at Zoom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Alright, well that's that. Do I even have my a camera on here for me? Where's
I
me?
thought your camera was up before.
I thought so too.
Mm.
I'm not seeing it on here. I might have deleted it or something.
Oh
Deleted
no.
it. That's for that.
Oopsie daisy.
I don't see it in here. Alright, let me just try to add that in really quick. Hopefully it doesn't hate me because of it. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, viewers, give me a couple seconds while I try to figure out this camera thing.
Wait, is the camera what was forsaken?
Oh, it was
Oh,
the
no.
camera,
Figured
wasn't
it
it?
out?
You
For
figured
the
it out.
clear, the Forsaken. Not our
It was
characters.
Stephanie's
The
face.
players.
The players, yeah.
It's me. It was me all along.
Mhm.
It was Stephanie all along.
I'm big on the screen now. Yo.
Oh, there you are.
Big as a cedar tree.
Ah.
What?
I mean, wouldn't you like to know?
Ha! Ha! Tree puns.
All right. Hi, it's me. People can see me now. People were like, "Who's DMing?" We don't know. They don't care.
oh,
I care. Yeah.
Oh, Zen says, I
mean,
thought
I-
you meant that. I thought you meant to do that, or I would have said something earlier. Oh, thank you, Zen. I appreciate that. All right. All right, so let's get back into it, shall we?
Let's.
I didn't have any time to go over this because I was stuffing my face with cereal upstairs.
important work.
All right. So I had the guards move. I guess why don't we make this simple? Maybe not simple, but make this easier on possibly me. Why don't we all roll initiative? Just so that way I can get a turn order.
Okay.
Tegan, I'm going to give you advantage because you were, kind of the first to act before. So you take advantage on your roll there. I'm just going to just start a list here for. Otherwise, I'm just going to be a little lost on things. All right, let me roll for these idiots.
She means us.
How do I?
Yeah.
Fools!
I'm gonna do this.
What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Well, she was talking about
8,
us, and that
9,
means
10, 11. Aww, guys. All right, so that one. Oh, that was the one. All right, yeah, give me.
You're
one
so
second
dumb. You
here.
don't even get initiative rolls.
Yeah.
I'm rolling for you.
Yeah. Nope.
That
Thought I
was
put it
that
back on
guy.
everyone. Whoopsies. Try them again.
And then we're going to go with that one right there. 12. And right back there, which is the one that's all the way up there. That's card 5. Oh, really, Stephanie? Okay, fine.
Oh, right. We've got Renarius with his stuff too. Okay.
That was card
What
6.
was our plan
I think
going into this? I don't even remember. We should have
I think
talked
Renarius
about
is gonna
that before stream.
I thought there was too many variables, I think, but I think Renarius has something to attempt first.
Yeah, like I didn't want to walk up to him in the front of the room and be like, "Obey all my commands." Like,
I really think you should have opened with that.
I would have loved to seen that.
2, 4.
Opportunity missed.
Did I count that one?
No, I meant like, what was our original plan from like that we talked about last
8.
week?
It was very open. It was try and buy it, and if stuff goes wrong, grab and run, or grab if it makes
Hail
more sense in the
them.
moment. Come to Kazeel, and I can teleport us
Nuke
all.
the place. Gotcha.
Yeah, burn it. Yeah.
Gotta nuke it more, but
8.
it's the only way to be sure. Game over, man. Game over.
Game over. How many 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Okay, that's pretty far.
Really? Did I number that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
10,
6.
15, 20, 23, 60 fucking.
She's gonna kill you.
7,
Damn.
8, 9, 10.
Oh, oops.
I was going crazy with my game, and I only had to have 5 enemies, and I was like going nuts.
It's a lot to keep track of. The HPs, the ACs, and the initiative rolls.
I also had 2 NPCs too that were like with the party, and I was like, But luckily, the 2 NPCs were blinded and got
Oh,
levels of exhaustion. So I'm like, they're not going to do anything.
Nice. They're out.
What is her name?
All right, I'm gonna have
Bob.
to wait and see how this unfolds before I decide. I know there's too many variables still.
That's odd. Camelot.
That's like, I just got a flash of like
Okay.
final like
All right,
BBEG.
fine.
We're all dying, and Kazil's just like, too many variables. I'll wait it out.
Yeah, it's on fire, and I'm
God.
sitting in the only pew still standing.
He's got hundreds of years
Okay.
to wait.
Tegan, what did you roll?
I'll get it the next lifetime. Next go round.
Tegan, what did
17.
you reel it
17.
in, friends? 17 for Tegan?
Yes, 17.
Okay, thank you. Renarius.
12.
Asleep?
11.
This list is so long. Juniper.
13.
Great. So glad for you. Zavar.
12.
So harsh.
Kazeel.
22.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
That was just a good roll. I don't
No,
really have a good
Kazeel.
modifier on that.
Kazeel roll was 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's a lot to keep track of, but it's great. We're
Yeah.
doing wonderful.
Great.
You know, let me adjust just so y'all can like.
Hmm.
Oh, we need to make this easier
4,
for Steph. So let's just start killing everybody.
5,
So there's less people she has to worry about.
6,
Hmm.
7, 8, 9, 10. And then we have that guy. Okay. The ones numbered are just like guards. Besides the one that was up there on the stage. He's special. All
Built
right.
different if my eyes
Built-
aren't.
He's built different. Um.
Got a certain swagger to his walk, doesn't
Yeah. Yeah.
The
All right.
forward lean.
Okay, so this actually, Tegan. I mean, Kazeel, you're first, and then Tegan. So Kazeel. So since we're not technically, I mean, unless y'all want to start like battling something, but right now, just like give me an action of what you want to do, and we'll move on.
I'm playing it cool, not sending messages to anyone, not
Okay.
just patiently waited out the 15 extra thousand in bidding, whoever those people were, must have been one of them, and just watching what's going on, sort of
Okay.
like I'm a regular guest.
Be our guest. Be our guest. Oh no, that's the wrong way, Stephanie. In her attempt to try and straighten
Guest RB,
she has just continued to make it
shat
worse.
all over it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just kidding.
Pretty much. All right, there we go. Oh, and you can kind of see it there, but you do have like windows on each side of the place too. But they're probably only like about 2 feet wide, about 5 feet tall. So, and they are stained glass, so you can't see through them, which I think I mentioned when Tegan was doing his recon. Yeah, yesterday in game. All right. So, Kazeel, you're playing it cool, not doing anything right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So we got Tegan next, then a couple of other people.
Tegan does free action telepathy.
Sure. Free action of telepathy. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
The using the
group.
bond.
telepathy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Group
right.
chat.
Okay.
Right. Do we want a
Group chat.
distraction?
Can we respond in this free?
Yes, it's telepathy. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm good at distracting.
I'm going to be very good at distracting anyone.
Nice.
Should we both be distracting?
See what happens. Anybody else? Thoughts?
That sounds good to me, I suppose. Or
I'll be
I
waiting
guess
here
it's
by
up
the back door. Consider my
Perfect.
plan B.
And I'll just say this.
Let me
Ready for
add in
action.
something because you can't really see it on the map. I mean, you can, but it's on there, but it's also a little bit back this way.
Okay.
So this might change your plan. I'll allow you some extra time to free talk if you want to, with your telepathy. Because you would have noticed when you went back there. And again, I'm so sorry that I forgot to note this to y'all. Because you would have noticed this when you went back there to accept your items. Tegan, you would see this now where you're standing.
Mm-hmm.
On both sides, because you would have saw it on the other side.
Mhm.
Tegan, you see it on this side. There is a door that leads back, not to, because you'll see this right here. That's where the person came out to give you your stuff, Kazeel. There's a door
Okay.
right here. Tegan, you would see a door right here. You haven't seen anyone come through that door. But Tegan, make an intelligence roll for me, please.
Sure.
Just to see if you remember something that you would have noticed during your recon.
30-20.
Okay.
Nice.
I'll remind you that when you were, just to help with your planning, that when you were doing the recon, unless you can remember, the night before, you were doing your Tegan was doing the recon, was looking back there, you did see 2 back doors. 2 doors behind the building leading outside. Just to let you know. Not saying
Right.
to do anything with the information. Kazeel, you don't know about the back door, so that's a little bit of knowledge for you. But Tegan, I mean, in this building, Kazeel, in this physical building. So yeah. Anyways, carry on if you want to chat.
Okay, I will relay that information telepathically to everyone that there are 2 back doors where they're located, and basically say if less anyone has any objections, I'm going to cause a big distraction. Good luck to everyone. Get that time device. I'll wait for a reaction.
Excellent.
Go.
Seeing no objection, Savar, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, go.
All right.
Mm.
Yep.
I will
Here we
distract robed figure.
Good. All right. Action. I am going to drop the hood on the cloak of invisibility,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm going to look right at that special person that's right there at right as the invisibility drops. Yeah, the one you'd pointed out is special. I'm going to wink at them as the invisibility drops and like shrug my shoulders like, oops, you got me.
Oops.
And I'm going to wild shape into a lion.
Okay.
Nice.
And
I don't have a lion to put on the thing, but
all right, you
Yeah.
just know I'm a lion. Roar.
Go get Boo Boo.
Yeah.
Just throw him on the map.
And I'm going to
Nice.
I'm going to use
One
all
lion.
50 feet of my movement.
He's like, give me away.
Yep, and I'm going to run right down the aisle, past number 5. I don't know if you'll allow, but I'm going to try to like physically run over number 5 on my way by. The lion has something called a pounce, but that's a pounce on him. I don't want to pounce on him. I want to like bowl him over and keep going, if that's permissible.
you can make a strength check
Okay.
since you are a lion with the
Rawr.
lion stat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Lion
lion
is
stats.
+3, so I'll roll d20 and add 3.
If he's lying, he's dying.
5. I rolled
Wait.
a 2.
You got inspiration, right?
Oh,
Well, I
Yeah.
gave it to Renarius. I don't know if
Well,
I gave
yeah.
one to.
Yeah.
Beginning
Well,
of the-
Tegan, Tegan and
Well, there's an inspiration only lasts
oh.
like right.
Well, no,
no,
he got
inspiration die.
yeah.
Okay,
at the
gotcha.
beginning.
What is it these days?
The D10 for y'all.
D10 now, yeah.
It'll give me. It might give me to a 15. Yeah, what the hell? All right, D10. 8, not bad. 13 total.
Okay. So you try to so 13 total for your strength. I did just like a strength contest of sorts with the guard.
Okay.
With the roll. So the guard is actually just going to stand their ground with their shield, and it's just going to brunt take your charge.
Okay.
So you would be stopping. So they would, physically stop you right there
Okay.
at
Fair
that
enough.
point in the hallway. Because they
Okay.
rolled like a 14, I think. So you just missed it.
Okay, no problem. And let's see, bonus action. Is dash a bonus? No, dash is not a bonus action, is it?
No, dash is
Just
an
for
action.
rogues and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, for rogues though. I mean, does it say?
No, it's just I
Vegan?
would just be able to. Well, yeah, no. Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
All right, that's my turn.
Okay. All right. So that
See who
brings
notices.
us to
Mm.
let's see here. Okay. Oh, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? They would have it as well, but they might. Yeah, I think that they would want to try to. Magical enhance ability. Alright, what does that do? Alright, you'll see the Warforged on stage that's standing right pretty much beside Mordana. Kind of take a step kind of towards Mordana. And let me just see what this does. You're going to take a stance of protection, probably in front of Mordana.
Ooh.
Well, no, because they don't want, because she's actually still trying to
Run
Hmm.
auction.
run an auction here. So you'll just see just where he was kind of standing behind her. He's going to like stand pretty much like right beside of her. Because you would definitely notice from your seat that he definitely still looks on high alert.
With the line, yeah, I would hope so. Oh, the line running by us, right?
Yeah, it's
The
kind of all
line just-
happening at the same moment, right?
Okay.
Because it's still kind of like the
Okay.
turn order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'll play along, like,
So this is this is all kind of. They definitely look a little like surprised. They probably hear like the running and
ah.
let me just give me 1 second here.
That's pretty good.
Choice. What do you do and do that? Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
It's all part of the show. It's all part of the show.
Oh,
Nice.
maybe. Sorry, I'm just looking at things that they can do here. Did they do that? Okay. Can they cast that on someone though? Or just themselves? Self. Oh. Crap. Yeah, I don't think that they would do that. But they would probably. You'll see a kind of almost like a magical kind of barrier pop up around Mordana, almost like infused with her. Yeah, they would do that. Besides that, you would see the Kazeel from where you're sitting. You would see the Warforged kind of put a hand at their side, like almost on a weapon as well. Now Mordana. Now Mordana is still trying to, because as I said, the lion thing is happening at the same time. They'll act surprised, they'll not act surprised, but they'll have a look of surprise on their face, but still trying to keep their composure and keep the auction going. So they will be trying to kind of continue on to try and control the crowd. Which that reminds me, let me actually write those in. And then we have the clubbed one, who's probably going to continue over to meet the guard. And the guard will start taking them back around that corner. Just make sure her movement speed isn't anything better than that. Oh no, she can go to 5 feet. Okay. And would they do anything else? What is that? Never even heard of that spell before.
Is it let the players win button?
Yeah.
Twiddling thumbs.
Oh.
It's the old what is it, the Staples, the easy button. That was
Nice.
easy.
Awesome.
Oh, that's pretty good, actually. I think that's just... Yeah, I don't think that they're going to be doing anything else. I think that's just for a minute or 1 round, so just, yeah. Okay. All right. So, yeah, they will continue on their way to towards the back there. All right, so that brings us to 3 guards, and then Juniper and Renarius, if you want to kind of think about what you want to do here.
Where is the time device right now?
You don't see it.
Okay, so it's not
Yeah.
it's not like she
After-
presented it and then it was taken back.
I'll say
You
that
saw a guard coming out, but
I would say that just to clarify, you would have noticed with the time device as with the other auction items, once the auction is won and someone wins the bid, they take it through this door right here. They hand it off through the door. And then Kazeel told you that you go around there to collect it.
Okay.
So yeah, you
Cool.
haven't seen the time device for a few minutes.
Got it.
I think you did say a guard came out of the back to meet instead of the usual. Instead of
Doesn't
dress.
have a device though. I mean, doesn't have anything in their hands.
Okay.
They seem to be escorting the cloaked one back to like where you collected your device.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So, what would they do? So they're actually going to dash. I don't think that they have. Yeah, I think all their stuff is 5 feet. Oh, so I take it. Did I make it its own? No. Okay. Well, where are they at then? Too many tabs. There we are. Okay, let me just bring those out. I'm just making sure that they don't have something that can. Oh. Okay, so they're actually going to. No, they wouldn't be able to reach around them like that, though. Reach around the person in front of them, so I'm not going to have them do that. All right, so the next guard is 6. They might actually make their way towards the steps. Go down. There's no reason for them to be up here. I'd be able to make it to the top of the steps over here. And another guard, and then Juniper's turn. So we need to change the music to some that battle music one. 9. This is way too chill. Alright, that was guard 3 that's there now. So let me. That. And guard 9, which was this one. Okay, so they're actually going to stay with the close one. All right, Juniper, it is your turn, and then Rhaenyra's, and then some more guards.
She's just going to look surprised and offended and run back in with her movement speed of 35 feet. Unless the guard at the door tries to stop her from re-entering the building or going in from the lobby.
I'm so sorry. What are you going to do, Juniper? I'm so sorry.
She's going to run in from the lobby unless a guard stops her from re-entering.
Nope.
Okay.
Where are you going to?
Just running towards closer to where Dredea is.
Okay.
Just along that side of the aisle.
What's your movement speed? Is it 30?
35.
35, so you can get right beside her. Right beside the row that she's in. She will probably definitely... Oh, yeah. She's definitely alert of what's going on and will just kind of look up at you. You again.
Is that a lion? This is the worst auction house I've ever been to. What is going on? She'll just kind of like hold her arm out to like, you know, like stopping a kid in a car.
Yeah.
Like a seatbelt to like stay back. But she's not gonna. So far, she's not casting any spells. So
Okay.
it's her whole turn.
All right. That brings us to Rhaenyra's, and then a few guards, a couple of guards, and then Zavar.
Okay.
Let's talk about the importance of taking care.
Are all of these squares accurate to like 5 feet?
Yes. Sorry.
Each square is actually 20 feet. No.
Yes. God, that's such intense battle music. Jesus.
So I am going to walk up next to Kazil,
Okay.
and I'm going to cast Mass Suggestion without Subtle Spell.
You're gonna walk up to the side Kazil, you said?
Yep. And I'm going to target the cloaked figure, the guard with him, the 2 people on stage.
Yes, there's Mordana, the one that's kind of been going over the auction and presiding over the auction, and the Warforged.
Okay.
So you're okay. Let me just mark these on here. So you're targeting the cloaked figure.
Yep.
The Warforged Mordana.
The guard south of them, the 2 guards on Tegan.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess that guard in the back corner would also be within 60 feet of me?
The one that's with the cloaked figure? Or
No,
this
the
one right
one in
here?
Yep.
Are you doing the guard with the cloaked figure too, or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone who's not us, who seems important, that's within range. Up to 12 people, so.
And you're not doing Dredea, right?
Not Dredea, no.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's the people that you can see.
I can see things are getting tense. Could you do me a favor and do everything you can to bring me that device? Thank you.
Perfect.
Epic, nice.
That will be a wisdom save of 18.
Ooh, even better. Ooh, nice.
Okay, let me just make sure.
Like, I don't know if it'll affect
They all have to roll. Yeah.
Mordorabber, whatever her name is, because she's in some sort
Mordana.
of shield thing. Yeah.
I'm just taking a look at their if any of them have any resistances or anything. Just give me 1 second.
Sure.
I'm sorry, everyone. Things were getting tense telepathically.
It's perfect. Perfect.
Great idea.
Okay.
Tegan, are you a kitty
I
cat?
think that she does. Uh-oh. Oh
He
no.
could- well, if he could telepathically chuckle, he would telepathically chuckle and go, meow.
Oh no. Oh.
Nice.
Why are you going to sleep?
What? Yes?
I think my laptop just turned off.
Oh no. Oh yeah, your picture's gone. And
I mean, you're still on Zoom.
the stream's still up?
Yeah, no, that didn't. It doesn't.
Oh,
it's not.
okay.
The stream's not running off of that.
Yeah, your face went. No, wait, it's still on screen.
Yeah. No, I think I don't know. Just give me 1 second. I don't know why this
Oh, no.
this camera is frozen. Yeah. The your battle map. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
why
can't-
it just decided to turn off. So I'm
Fun.
gonna fix for a second.
We're going blind. Go, everybody.
So
Yeah, don't-
viewers,
It's just the camera that locked up?
no, the entire laptop turned off.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know why. It's plugged in. Okay, sorry guys. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to
Yeah.
figure this out.
You know,
Oh, they
now's
were-
a great time.
There were guards in the balcony too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I wouldn't have seen them. I don't know.
I don't know
We
why.
saw some of them start to come down before all this happened.
It's not turning back on. There it goes.
Now's a great time to talk about Patreon.
Yes, you should join
Ah,
us.
nice.
Nice.
We
movie
just
filming
we
for your
just did
show.
our Patreon movie night last week. We
Mhm.
watched the master
Oh, okay.
the movie Patrick Swayze is most known for, Steel Dawn.
Yeah, it was amazing.
not Red Dawn,
Nope.
Steel Dawn.
Deal.
Steel Dawn.
And it also has the guy who played Emotep in The Mummy.
All of Oslo.
Yeah. Then
Mhm.
oh yeah, the what's his name? The guy, the Blade Runner robot, the first one. What's his name? Lloyd, Larry, what's that? Lawrence.
Larry Blade.
Leon.
Blair, what?
Oh,
Leon.
yeah.
I knew it was
Leon.
an L. It's been a while since I've seen Blade Runner.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a good time. We watched some crazy stuff and we made fun of it the whole time, as we should.
I mean,
You too can do that with us.
there was nothing to make fun of. It was Patrick Swayze with a sword. I mean, that's all you need in life.
It's worth.
And
the
a rubber
money.
band.
And then a rubber band that was probably cutting circulation off of his forehead.
Hmm. Yeah.
And also, I mean, yeah, Patrick Swayze when he has a sword, it's cool. But also, he carries the sword in the least sensible ways possible.
It's true.
He holsters it like a gun, but with the blade pointing up beside his arm.
Nothing dangerous there.
Nothing dangerous there. It's fine. All right. So, let me just make sure. I don't think that they have any Resistance.
So anyways, Patreon.com.
Do it.
Next month we're doing a Hocus Pocus double feature.
Cool.
No.
Twice the Hocus, twice the Pocus.
Oh my gosh.
All right, they don't have any resistances.
Twice the Bette Midler.
All right, one more person to check here. Oh, of course. Oh, that's right. That was in a different window. We got our camera back, so we're good there.
Yay!
No, they had. Of course. Okay. All right. What was the check that they all have to do, Renerius?
Wisdom saving throw. and the
Of
DC is
18, right? Okay. Let me grab my book. Alright. Start rolling. Alright, we'll go with 5 first. I'm sorry, what check was that again, Renerius?
Wisdom
18,
saving throw.
wisdom saving. Okay, I can guarantee that they failed. Yes. So guard 5. Let's see here. Oh. That one's okay.
While you're figuring that out, Steph,
Sure.
I'm just gonna. Is it okay if I do a telepathic message just to confer with everyone, or do you want me to wait until my turn comes around again?
Nope, that is perfectly okay.
Okay. If the lad gets the device, those who aren't a distraction just leave with everyone else. Those that are come to me and I can teleport us. The lad is right next to me. I think you came back up next to me, Renerius, right?
Yeah.
If anyone wants to come up with me, even though they weren't a distraction, that's fine. I can do many people. But at least the people that are distractions, they don't even know our real faces, so...
Oh my god, okay.
Time to stop telling me where you want to go, too.
I feel like Warforged can't be charmed, but maybe I'm incorrect.
That's like an older thing. They were immune to magic and stuff.
Okay, all right.
Not like
Looking
that.
at my own character sheet, I know asleep can be charmed.
Yeah, I was looking on the character sheet that I created for this one, and yeah, I wasn't seeing it. Okay, just that's fine then. So that one actually. Okay.
Can't be put to sleep.
All right, friends. Oh Lord. I guess I'll wait to see. And this is like this is a charmed, right? Renerius, or
This is an enchantment, so I guess it would be a charm.
we'll just it's fine. All right. So what are you telling? Can you tell who failed and who did not?
It just says on a failed save, it pursues the course of action described to the best of its ability.
Okay. All right. So you can't tell.
I can't tell.
What are you telling them to do?
What did I say?
It was so fucking cool.
Do everything
to retrieve the
Please retrieve the device and hand it to me. Or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So things getting
do
crazy.
everything you
Please.
can to retrieve to give the devices to me, the time devices to me.
To bring the device out to me or something like that.
Okay.
Me.
All right.
Oh, it was so cool though when you said it. Oh.
I'm sorry that I missed it. That's what happens when I was concentrating.
It's so fucking cool. I just want to give Renerius his juice because he nailed it.
and
Broken
that's after
clock's
24
right twice a
hours.
day.
The conditions that
No,
is
God.
warned. Well, and if you or any other creatures damage a creature affected by this spell, the spell ends for that creature, but you can't tell who's affected. Interesting.
Right.
Okay.
So, I would explain
Are they all
all of
gonna
us.
fight for the
No
device?
one damaged these people.
Okay. All right.
What is it? Break on damage? Really? Oh, cool.
Yeah, it does.
It breaks on damage from us, our party.
Mm-hmm.
If you or any of your companions damage a creature affected by the spell
Gotcha.
ends for that creature.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Understand that.
So that doesn't mean that they couldn't take damage from other guards. and
Right.
whatnot.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Distractions it is.
Okay. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah, that was my
Ezio?
movement and my action.
Okay. All right. So that brings us to a couple of guards and then Zavar. And I am talking so much my voice is hurting. Don't mind me. All right. So, are any of these now? Was that one affected? No. Okay. Don't mind me. Alright, so this is guard 10, which is back there. Ah, man. They would probably... You know, they might actually go towards... Go towards this way. And maybe just stop right there. Gives them a nice area of movement. Now for this one... Wait, where's my markers? And for this one, he's guarding the door. He's gonna go over there. You know, there's no one up here, so he might actually. 25, 30, 35. I might actually use a dash and go about right here. Let's be ready. That was 4. Alright. Alright, so that brings us to Zavar, and then asleep, and then some more guards.
Okay, I'm just gonna stand up from my seat and
Okay.
scoot out to the outside aisle. Like I'm gonna step in front of Asleep
Okay.
and get on the other side of him.
Alright. Okay. That's
Yep.
about 10 feet.
Yep. And since there's, a little pathway there and there's a little doorway there, I'm going to stay right there and be ready to block those doorways. In fact, I think I will stand in front of that door that's a little to my right.
Okay. Stand in front of it, like right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if someone comes running that we don't want to, we'll stop them. If it's Tegan or somebody, I'll let them through.
I will mention that it is a double door.
Okay. That's fine.
So there are 2. You can only block one side of the door.
Okay, yeah. If they go in my square, they got to go out of it. So.
Okay.
And then I'll look to Asleep and I'll gesture to him and ask him, "You should stand next to me." And that's it.
Okay. Asleep, it's your turn.
I was going to do something else worst case scenario, but I can stand by door if you want me to. Can Zamar respond to me, or did I just waste my entire turn?
No, I'll let Savara respond. We've kind of kept
Okay.
it loose. We've kind of kept
Alright.
free actions loose during this. Oh, you're muted, Savar.
If you have something better, I trust you to try it.
Thank you. So, Asleep is going to. He's going to move his full movement, which is 30 feet, and I think that could put him.
Where are you going?
Back to the right in the center. He's going in the center, kind of behind that guard who's going down the aisle.
Okay. You're supposed to try to get up behind him?
Yeah, I mean, he's not like trying to get behind the guard. He's just walking down the aisle as well, and this is a very peculiar auction.
Okay.
And he's just, I don't know if I like the service, and and that's
Wow.
for now. That's all he's going to do.
What's your movement speed? Asleep.
30. So I think that should put me
15, 20, 25, 30.
right behind. Okay, or close.
Were you just channeling your inner Moira Rose?
Huh? No.
No. Never mind.
Nice.
I heard it.
Oh,
I
Jonathan, have
I'm
you
just
not
gonna-
seen? Have you not? What's the? I can't
Schitt's
remember the
Creek.
name.
Schitt's
Schitt's Creek. Have you not seen Schitt's Creek?
Oh no, I
It's
actually
so
haven't.
good.
I've
It's
seen
so
it a
good.
little
You
bit.
It's so good.
I don't know Rose Pumpkin.
I don't
Lovely.
know if I like the service.
I have seen. Okay, I have seen enough of it to know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
'Cause she reminds me of one of my mom's old bosses.
Nice.
Oh no.
So that's it for your turn, Asleep.
Yes, for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we got some guards, friends. So bear with me. Let's see
As I
here.
look around and wonder which one's going to punch me in the face.
7. Oh, that's right.
Uh-oh. I don't like that.
Can they tell that you cast mass suggestion on them if they fail?
I mean, I didn't use subtle spell, so
Oh, okay, but they can't. I don't think it says that they can tell if they. It doesn't say. It doesn't say. Okay, all right. Well, you
I
have
use this one a lot.
you have the blessing of like not having a ton of people around you except for like the 2 people on the stage, so you know. All right, so let's see here. Card 10. Is that one of them? No. Okay. So that one will. Ooh. Oh yeah, did that one? Oh no, wait, I'm going the wrong way. Card 7. Oh, you know what? I bet that they would probably. That one's gonna come down the steps and probably stay around there. Guard 2. Guard 2 is going to. And I would say, well, I'll get that in a second. Guard 2 is probably going to come up. You can feel this guard kind of come close behind you. Not close behind. I mean, it's like in the space behind you, so like 5 feet away still. So things seem to be out of hand. You might want to leave, get your party, and go. Talking to you directly, Zavar.
And where did he come from? From behind me?
Yes.
Okay. No response.
I don't think that they have anything specific. Okay. It is going to come through the other open door, Zavar, and stand beside you. Not really looking at you directly, but looking out at the crowd in the room.
Okay.
That's 2. So I will say, I'm not going to make y'all roll for it. You can definitely tell that the crowd is getting very restless. You'll see people start to get up, especially people on this side where the lion is, start to get up and kind of make their way towards the door. So I would say that pretty much that entire side will empty out, along with probably this back row. You'd only have a few stragglers who are just kind of like unsure of what to do. Card 1 is definitely going to stay out there. In fact, actually, they might move in front of the door. One of the doors, double doors.
Dumbledore. Sorry.
Dumbledore. Oh, this one. Okay, yeah, this one's going to definitely 5, 10, 15, 20. Gonna come up on the other side of you, Tegan.
Okay.
Alright. And it's definitely going to try to make an attack.
Okay.
Or saving through the creature can add a d4 to its modifier. Can hear and see the commander. Commander can utter a special commander when you're okay. Yeah. Alright, going to draw their longsword, or probably already have it drawn as they're approaching you. Kind of draw it as they're walking down that hallway, past the pillars. You can feel them kind of, even though you're looking probably at the other guards on, on the other side of you, can feel them kind of and hear their feet kind of hit the ground as they approach closer to you. Does a 16 hit?
Yes, it does.
That is 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Actually 8, because they're using both hands.
Okay.
We'll go in for another swing. There's a 13 hit.
Yep.
Okay. Actually, that was, 14. Right? That's a 13.
14, yeah,
Can't
still
tell.
hits.
Okay, that is another 8 slashing damage.
Okay.
And that is a 16 with another 8 slashing damage.
So 24 total?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright. That will be all that it can do. I'm going to stay right there. And got a couple more guards, and then it'll be Kazeel. Okay? And then Tegan. 5. Oh, okay. This is going to be interesting. 5. Where's 5? That one's 6. Oh, that's 5. Right. Okay, actually, that one's going to... knows? Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 55, 60. So it's going to actually, Tegan, to your surprise, the one right in front of you, is going to just kind of like look past you and towards the stage and just start running right by you.
Attack of opportunity. No.
Nope.
You could.
I heard the suggestion. so-
Okay, all right.
Lion claw.
Yeah, it's booking it towards behind the stage area or that back door. Can't really tell. And guard 8, and that was 5. Guard 8 is going to. Oh, that's the one inside there. Yeah, that one's going to stay right there. All right, so it's Kazeel and then Tegan.
Okay, I'm gonna stand up, brush myself up. Please, everyone, please, using, I look different, so different voice.
Yes.
Please. Everything will be handled. This is a professional auction. Just make your way calmly out or stay seated. Don't panic. And guards, and I'll look around at everyone I can see in here that's not one of us, not a nobody. Please bring this auction item to the young man here, or whatever you look like, to this person, so we can go. Post haste. A song to calm you all, please. And I'll pull up my violin and cast mass suggestion on every single one of them that is not us. So it'll, the ones that are already under it don't get affected, because you can't hit them twice. But this will target any of them that haven't been.
You have to see them,
suggested.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. All right. I will. What's the DC on it?
All right, this one, which is
something gross.
So you already know which one. What is it? What was it? A wisdom? All right, yeah, wisdom saving throw with a DC of 19.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah. All right. Let's see, 9.
I'll just play a tune that's sort of like a harmony to the pianist.
Be able to see 10.
Whatever they're playing.
The pianist left the moment he saw a tiger or a lion.
Yep. Just closed up the book and left.
He was just like, I don't get paid nearly enough.
Awesome. I'll play the same piece that the pianist was playing then. Just a little better.
Are you leaving out Dredea?
Dredea? Yeah, this is like people that are not us and not mundane people. It's like
Okay, well, I mean,
anyone that's a
Dredea's not
guard or
necessarily y'all, but okay. Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not gonna force. We know her. She's an ally.
She doesn't know us. She just sees these strange group of people doing stuff in a lion, and it's
Yeah.
this strange lady just leaving her alone for the bathroom.
All will be well. Just we don't want to miss out on our other items, please.
Actually, I'm just going through and just seeing.
Sure. I'm just filling up space with some silly.
Oh, that's a special guy.
Special.
And 3. And That's interesting. 2.
Very interesting.
Yeah, that one's outside. 2. Okay. Oh, where's that one at? Okay. Got you. All right. Is that it for your turn, Kazeel?
Let's see. That was action, and that's I will look over to the lion and just give it a wink. My bardic inspiration wink.
Okay.
I'll just give it a head nod, like give it a look, like, oh, you're I'll say, oh, you're rather fearsome, please. Just to give you a little boost, D10 for 10 minutes.
All right.
For,
So
Tegan.
Tegan, that is your turn.
Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. First things first. Bonus action, disengage, and Tegan will sort of half turn to the special guard that's behind him. Sort of half lift his hind leg and decide against it, and and just like snort at it, and then dash run across to just behind Kazeel,
Okay.
right across the pews. Yeah.
Still is a lion, right?
Yep. Still as a lion.
Right beside, like, so Rhaenyra is beside Kazeel. Are you getting on the left side, or?
Any square next to him, so I can, if he
Okay.
decides to teleport, I can. Where is he? Which one is Kazeel?
He's right here.
Okay, behind him's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll roar at him to make people think that I'm actually going.
Oh!
Oh.
Leap up on the pew.
You flirt with me?
That'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. All right. So that brings us to some people here. Okay. Give me just 1 second while I figure out what's going to be happening. Okay. All right. So, you'll see the Warforged move on the stage. And what is there? Okay. 10, 15, 20. Okay, they're going to, you'll see it kind of, Kazeel, Tegan, and Rhaenyra. I would say that you'd be the three to kind of notice this the most. You'll see the Warforged kind of step back away from Mordana and walk behind her off of the stage. Mordana will kind of turn and be like, Examiner, where are you going? And they'll just continue walking towards that back area.
Okay.
And we'll kind of go around the pillar and look back for where the cloaked figure is walking with the guard and just kind of stand there. Just read something here really fast. Oh, right. Okay. All right. Do they have an extra attack? One target per... Right. But do they have an extra attack? I don't think so. No. Okay.
quick question.
Yes.
Did Kazeel, did you actually use your mass suggestion on the cloaked one too?
Yep, everybody here that's
Oh, okay.
baddie.
All right. Just
Oh,
curious.
gotcha. Yeah. Everyone I can see that's a
Yeah.
baddie, which includes,
Uh-huh.
of course, the cloaked person. If I can.
Yeah,
Okay.
I factored it in.
Okay. Just wondering.
The three of you will see the Warforged as it turns and faces towards that back area, draw its crossbow, and aim it at the cloaked one.
Oh.
Retro.
You'll see the
As
guard
long as
kind
we
of
don't
with them
attack him.
look suddenly very surprised. Actually, no, they're not going to look surprised. That's right. They'll actually look a little bit out of it, honestly. All right, let me just see. Let me just bring up like the 1,000 windows I have up here of this person. See what their AC is. 15, 8, and like crossbow. That was a. Okay, so actually the crossbow bolt misses. And that's it for that one. Mordana. Mordana's just going to kind of like start looking around.
What kind of circus
Will draw a musket
is it? Ooh.
and ready it.
What?
Can she?
Wow.
Can she tell? She probably has her. Okay. And she is going to kind of slowly like back and through this door. Musket drawn, and you'll see the door close behind. That brings us to the cloaked one, who will is going to take a step away, which actually the guard that was with her is going to take an attack of opportunity on her,
Nice.
and unfortunately whiffs. But she is going to probably, yeah, she's going to go around this corner, 5, 10, 15. And let me take a look at something. It doesn't say. All right. She's going to disappear into this back room as well. Yeah. And that's going to be their turn. So that brings us to 3 guards, and then Juniper, and then Renarius. So, guard 3 will start running this way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 35. So they're actually going to... Actually, no, they might actually go around 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 60. They'll start going this way. So you'll see the guard kind of start running past the stage over here. And this one will start coming down the steps and probably stand by that back door. And this one will bar 9. Oh, right. Going to disappear into that back room as well. And just make a roll
What
here.
party's happening?
Okay, and that actually would. Alright, Juniper, if you want to go ahead and actually give me 2 seconds, or else I'm going to get confused. There's. So that's going to be. That's going to be the amount of damage there. Oh, not that much. 4. The 7. Okay. Alright, Juniper, it is your turn, then Rhaenyra's.
Guess I'm not sure what she's gonna do. Kind of waiting to see what's gonna happen over at the stage area. Let's see, Asleep's there. Where's
Yeah.
Kazeel at right now?
Kazeel is in the seat right here.
Sit up there. Okay.
Rhaenyra's is to his right. The tiger is right behind him.
Up in the seat.
Meow. Meow. I ran back in. I ran out. She obviously doesn't know what she's doing today. She's going to, and everyone is everyone who emptied out of the seats is pretty much pushing towards the doorway now.
Yes.
And then, but the guards and everyone under suggestion are going towards this stage. Yeah, she'll just step out and sort of motion for people to, get towards the door.
Okay.
But I think Asleep is close to her, either across the way. Okay.
Pretty much right
So
there,
just
5 feet away.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, she'll just step closer to Asleep and just kind of corral people towards the door.
Okay.
Kind of. And I'm not sure I'm going to cast a spell, but it doesn't. I don't know if I have to use it or not, but it activates as a bonus action. After I cast it, I can use it every turn.
Okay.
And it's Far Step, but I don't want to use it this round. I don't want to move.
Okay.
It's just so I'm not sure if that works or not, but if I can, that's what I'd like to do.
You could ready it. Or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
And that's it.
Okay. So that brings us. I closed my book. Like, done here. Rhaenyra's, it's your turn. Then 2 guards, then Zavar, then asleep.
As a free action, I just want to say, should we follow them? I don't know who's affected and who's not.
Telepath. Well,
Yeah,
I get it.
telepathically to everyone.
this is yeah. Because Tegan's just going to say, "I'm afraid if you walk through that door, you're going to get a face full of blunderbuss."
I agree. I don't know what exactly to do right now. I want to. I guess I'm gonna ready a firebolt for if something attacks me.
Okay. All right.
So if something hits me, comes up, and whatever attacks me, I can just
Okay.
not react with a firebolt, but you know.
Okay. All right. So that brings us to, again, 2 guards and then Zavar, then asleep. So. Was. Okay, yeah, they are going to. That's kind of blocked off right now. So they will go where they know to go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and you'll just see them dash across the stage and over to this other side for anyone watching. And then guard 4, so that was 10. I think you were 9, I think. Yeah. Guard 4. Okay, so those of around in this aisle area are going to notice guard 4 kind of do the same, just start sprinting towards the stage. Probably go actually towards that door in the back of the stage and get right up to it and like start to be like opening it. All right, that brings us to Zavar, then asleep, and then a few guards, and then we'll wrap up.
Yeah, it's getting tricky.
Go punch the bullets, Zavar.
Yeah, where is she at? She's up at the stage?
Who?
The one with the blunderbuss. Mordana.
She went inside the back room. We
Yeah.
can't see her.
Oh, she went
So
inside. Okay.
Mordana, after she drew the blunderbuss, she backed up and went back through the close, and then door closed behind her.
Oh, okay. Where's Kazeel at?
Kazeel is, so you are right here beside that guard. And actually, yeah, make a perception check for me really quick, Zavar.
Okay.
Kazeel is right up here, 2 rows back from the front.
An
Did you
8.
Kazeel's right here.
It's better though.
Kazeel's right here, Zavar.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yep. There you go.
All right. Actually, I think. Damn it. I'm gonna head through the double doors that are behind me. Actually, Because I can
Okay.
I can back up to the doors and then go to the center double doors, right?
Yes.
I want to go around that way, like through the
Okay.
hallway.
What's your
just go
movement
in-
speed?
50 feet.
Are you
Wow.
okay?
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh.
and Monk
Sprinty
can
boy.
move. Yeah.
You're just going
Excellent
down
shape.
you're going down the aisle?
Yep. Yep, that's the direction I want to take, and that'll do right there.
Okay.
Perfect.
Anything else?
And who are those
Gesundheit.
two that I'm next to?
Gesundheit, yeah.
You are to the right of Juniper, and you're right behind Asleep.
Perfect. I want to stay right with them.
All right. Asleep. What do you want to do?
He's going to move just kind of 10 feet in front just so he can get, where everyone's still around him, but he can also get a little bit closer to the guard. Actually, he'll move 15 feet forward, so 3 spaces.
Okay.
And he's gonna. Can you hold action to cast a spell? Well, yeah, because Renarius just did that for Fireball.
Yeah.
If Renarius will, or not? No, sorry, Asleep. That's my name. Asleep.
Asleep.
Asleep will. Asleep will hold his action to cast command if anyone tries to attack Renarius
Okay.
or Kazeel.
For those of you holding actions, make sure you write it down since we'll probably stop
Yep.
after this round. Just make sure that you make a note of that.
Yep.
Because your girl won't remember.
I'm gonna hold my firebolt.
Okay. All right. Is that it for you, Asleep? For your turn?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, we got some guards here, and then we'll end out the round. All right. So guards. Where's my marker? All right. This is gonna be fun. All right. They are gonna stay where they are. Oh no, actually, okay, no, they weren't.
Looking forward to the weekend.
R2.
I heard that.
Sorry. Thank you.
He's going to probably do the same.
Partying, yeah.
Yeah.
40, 45, 50, 55, 60. You'll see it just bolt all the way up here. It's not legible. Okay, I'm gonna say the rest of the crowd will pretty much empty out.
About time.
This is too much.
Worst auction ever.
Yeah. Probably those in the aisle will see a couple of stragglers, like just kind of like Zavar and Juniper. They'll just like make their way like in between you, like trying to get out.
Oh, well, I want attacks of opportunity against all of them. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Sure, great.
just punch us left and right as they're running by.
They're going to
Pow, pow,
stay
pow.
there.
Pickpocket. I need to make up my money.
Let's see.
What are these
He's
nerdy
right
looking
there.
humans doing heisting this
5, 10,
war auction?
20,
Your guess is as good as
30,
mine.
35, 40, 45, 50. 60. So we're going to say that the guard that was standing near Mordana and the Warforged makes their way backstage through the door. Kind of pushes their way past the other guard there. Part 5
We don't hear a gunshot.
is... Okay. Yeah.
I listen for gunshots.
10, 15, 20. You're probably only going to be able to make it like right here. And eight. One more. Who are they? Where are they? Alright, that's the one. There was one back there. So what are they?
I see a couple enemies in the back corners. I don't know if that's what you're looking for.
No, I found them. I'm just trying to
Okay.
figure out what they would be doing right now because this is a little chaotic. Yeah, I think that they're going to try to do that, which y'all can't really see anyways, but okay. All right, well that's the end of that round. I mean, you know, another round would be like another like half hour, so we can just end it here and start up again next week. All right.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, cliffhanger.
Alrighty.
How will this turn out? What will go down?
We have no idea.
With the
My
burning down of the auction
goodness.
house.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Telling you.
friends. Well, thank you so much, players, for joining in this evening. Let me turn off this battle music because it's killing me. And thank you, viewers, for joining in and watching. We appreciate y'all so much. Let me just bring y'all up here. Ass sleep. All right. Well, if you haven't followed us, please give us a follow. We have all kinds of D&D throughout the week. Let me throw up our schedule really quick here. And play a little bit of music here. Calmer music. Well, I mean, oh.
You don't like the battle music?
No, the battle music was fine during battle.
No, that's what I meant. Like now,
Um,
after we're.
Yeah.
Ooh, thanks, Daniel.
Oh, thank you, Daniel.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you, Daniel.
Wow.
We appreciate you
Yes,
so
round of
much.
applause for
Let me
you,
throw
Daniel.
up our
Thank you.
schedule here. And let me actually shoot. Let me actually put my camera under everything and not on top.
Oh, camera's
There
the
we go.
bottom.
Oh
Gotcha.
no, wait a minute.
Oh God.
Did I just move the schedule? There we go. All right. Well, actually, this is the. Oh, that's right. We didn't do the outro. That's right. And this is an old schedule. But yeah. So sorry. I don't think that we have. I don't think I put the other one on here. I'm gonna have to fix that tomorrow. But yeah, so a few of these shows are not happening for right now. They're on hiatus, but we do have D&D again on Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern time with the Penumbra Assembly. We also have In Extremis on Saturday at 10 p.m. and Sunday we have Obsidian Scar at 10 p.m. Eastern time. We have 2 more campaigns on the way. We have one coming up on Tuesday in a couple of months and one coming up on Friday evenings here about the beginning of the year. So super excited about that. Dan's going to DM both of those. But yeah, and we also have some gaming that goes on through the week. We still have Paint by Minis on Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, all kinds of stuff happening. We have a Patreon and a Discord. So be sure to join in on those as well. All right. So Dan, we got someone to raid over to.
Yes, our friends over at Dice Versa Studios.
Wonderful. Okay, well, thank you again so much, and y'all have a good rest of your night. We'll see you on Wednesday. All right. Bye.
Still waving.
Just I wasn't sure.
I love that.
So
That was
we were
great.
clear.
Mm-hmm.
And you're clear.
Crazy. Steph, I just want to say I appreciate your keeping track of this insanity.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Sorry about that.
No, it's.
It is what it is. You know, that's what makes it interesting.
I'm glad we didn't. Well, so far, knock wood, haven't gotten into Stuff with 10 guards. 10 guards, a
Uh.
warforged, and the unknown cloaked figure.
So I won't tell you who,
So many
but
guards.
let me actually stop streaming.
Oh, that's a good idea.